test right now. Because the last two streams I did, you guys did not tell me that the audio was bad in both of them. It is my bad, but I could have fixed the audio. I could have. But nobody was telling me that my mic sounded like crap. Or in a case last time I streamed this game, I apparently had my settings so that cause I wanted to listen to the audio through OBS, right? Apparently I just had it so that I could only listen to the audio and that it was muted otherwise. So silly me. Again, I could have fixed that if I realized that happened. So I'm gonna just listen to myself right now. But seemingly, the game audio needs to go down a little bit, probably. Let's see. I think that's good. That's a good level. A decent level there. I should probably even maybe even increase my own audio, which is a pain in the butt to do, but there, let's try that. That should be pretty much borderline or perfect. Borderline bad or pretty much perfect. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, guys, but welcome. I'm gonna do one more thing before we begin here, okay? I'm gonna get on my YouTube thing. I'm going to make it so that this does have monetization on, and we're gonna have ads automatically. Okay. Is there anything else I want to do? I don't think so, because hopefully the chat is working on this. Maybe I should make sure though. Let me check this just to be sure. I don't see anybody talking yet through YouTube. These are the people I would expect to talk. If you can talk in the chat, just say hello. It'll help me out a little bit to figure out, just make sure everything's working. I'm being very thorough today, so I said the last two streams could have been better, and I feel bad. Check it out, guys. I think I have all the carts. Look at this one. I like this one. It's called a Rallygator. That's funny. I think I like this, just the way this one looks the most, but I don't know, maybe I'm lame. This one's also really cool. Anyway, today's not rank the carts, alright? What I'm going to be doing today, I've played the game a decent amount. I think at this point, I probably can safely kind of just do a first impressions ranking of these tracks. We're going to be watching the world records while I rate these tracks. While I say all the cool stuff that's in each of these. But I think the world records, it's important to watch them as I'm talking about these, because the world records are kind of showing the potential of the game that I cannot show just by racing through them myself, right? And I think ranking these based off of how much speed running potential there is, or just shortcut opportunities just in general, I think is pretty fair, right? I think that's fair. So yeah, some of these tracks are a little more basic than others, and they'll be ranked accordingly, but there's some tracks that have some crazy shortcuts and stuff, and I mean, even still, obviously I've raced through all the tracks too, So I have my own opinions on how they race and stuff, just normally. So I figured it'd be fun to go through all the rankings and stuff. Like, dude, look at this. I think I watched this Ghost. This Ghost was like the world record within the first day or two of this game coming out. It's been like over a week now, and now this is the new world record. Like, isn't that insane? So clearly, again, there's a lot of room to just go crazy on these tracks because of the mechanics of the game. It's just like absolutely insane. I think at some point I'll make like a proper review of the game, but for now I'm just kind of like enjoying what the game is for what it is. If I get through this relatively quickly, which seemingly I think I will, because most of these tracks are done within 2 minutes. So, you know, I can talk about the tracks for like 2 minutes and then move on. And I think if we can run through it pretty quick, I can play my own matches and go from there. But yeah, I think I've delayed things enough. Let's go ahead and whoopsie. I'm trying to really sit back so I can watch stuff. But I don't know. Can you guys hear me like pulling around the string on this thing? I think so. The cord. Probably can, so I'll just stay here. So we're starting with Airship Fortress, one of the tracks that I really want to back really bad, and it looks amazing in this game, dude. Absolutely amazing. So here we go, leaning to the left to begin here. But here's an immediate change. With this track, you can go on rails now. There's rails on the sides here. There's rails going up that thing. They do not go up that, though. That's interesting. A lot of the speedrun that I saw before this actually went up to the top of the rail to jump off of it, but I think it's probably a smart thing that they don't do that because they get a lot of air that way, and it's just better to do what they did, I think. So yeah, there's like a little cannon part there, very tight drift. As you go through that, that can be a chaotic section right there, and yeah, you can like jump off of that, get back on the rail this way. Bullet bills, you're probably never going to get hit in them as a hazard, but they are, okay, there you go, now they do it. They're just like a really cool hazard. There's hazards throughout this whole track, which I really like. The rocket wrenches, of course, if you're not going on the rails, can be tricky. Those fire pillars are trickier than they used to be in the DS version, just because those rails are there, so a lot of the time you're going to get stuck to a rail, and just because of that, they can be a little more unavoidable. Like, you kind of have to jump off the rail if you don't want to go on it, yada yada yada. But yeah, this is a cool little speed run. And overall, this track, I would say, definitely a lot more fun than the DS version. Like, the DS version is definitely a classic for a reason. Again, because there's just all these different hazards. It's just a cool idea to go through an airship in general. As like a Mario Kart level, and then this part's always been super memorable too, flying out of the cannon to go down the tower like that. Like, still a very memorable track now in HD, looking amazing. There's so much to the track that I really like. I think if I had to rate it, right, I would say that's it takes advantage of the new mechanics very well within this game specifically, right? Ooh, here, let me let me switch out to this. And I gotta find Airship Fortress. I think this is it. I think it getting ported to this game, it kind of proves that it's definitely at least insane. I don't know if it's one of the best ever, because seriously, like, some of the tracks in this game are crazy. I'll go ahead and put it in one of the best ever for now. I think it kind of deserves it. Again, it's got so many different hazards. It's just a memorable setting, driving through an airship. Lots of different scenery throughout. It's got everything. It's got tight turns, cool rail grind opportunities, a bunch of hazards throughout. The memorable moment with the cannon shot into the tower. Like, I think it's pretty much got everything. And specifically in this game too, I just think visually it's really cool with fire embers. flying around everywhere. It's again about as memorable as you could possibly ask for. Excuse me. So, next one we got here, Shy Guy Bazaar, another one that I wanted to come back really bad. So, let's get that one going. Let me switch back here to the game. View Ghost. Again, look at this. Look at the difference. Oh wait, this is because this is the Nintendo rep. So yeah, the Nintendo people compared to the actual world records are a lot slower. Yeah, you can tell it's a Nintendo rep because it says Nin on it. I forgot about that. They're just like the default ghosts. Here's Nabbit. Everybody loves Nabbit. If I had to guess how this is going to start off, they're just going to go straight to the rail on the right, probably. Yeah, they're going to take a jump and go on the rails here. So again, compared to the original, this is basically a completely different track. As you can see, like starting off here, we're going off on a path that you could not even go on in the original, on like a top path, which is crazy. You kind of drive through here, lots of tight turns. Those pots are a hazard. You're probably not going to hit them, but they are pretty big, man. Like, I don't know. Then here's another part that was not in the original there. A couple real grinding opportunities. The Shy Guy's there. I would say again, he's a hazard, but he's more like a visual, little like fun gag to drive through. And that's it. And you drive back up here. The bottom half, like from the original, still just as tricky to drive around for me. There's just a lot of tight corridors in there, plenty of opportunities to get hit by shells throughout this track. There's a little shortcut on the left there that he does not go to. Oh wow, a really big jump there. I guess he's just doing that for maximum speed that time. People only really seem to collect like 10 coins and they're done in this game, which is kind of funny. They don't even try and go for the 11th one or whatever. I don't know, they should be collecting more, I don't know. Maybe it's just not properly showing it on here. Or no, it's just, yeah, it's still showing the coins, but he collected them and they're not like coming back or anything. That's what's going on there. But yeah, basically this track has all the shortcuts from the original and more. Like you can go on the wall on the right there in that section. I don't know if there's like any different paths on the left when you like you go through. I don't think so. Because obviously there's the top path on the right there, but is there anything on the left? I don't know. Another thing to bring up, I don't think this has any bearing on my ranking specifically, but I just thought I'd point out. Let's see, is there anything on the left? I mean, there are like little like buildings there. Oh yeah, you definitely could go on the left somehow, because there's little rail grinding opportunities over there. So there's like a ton of different things that you could do. Even on like the top there, I think there's probably ways that you can like jump around from the rails from the top of the buildings and stuff. So there's just a lot to this track. There's a whole lot to this track. Another thing that you can do, just depending on which track you're playing or which intermission I guess you do from one track to another, you can actually like go through Daisy's Palace as well, which is like a completely different track in of itself, which I think is really cool too. Again, I don't think that really has any bearing on how I ranked this specific track in world record and stuff, but I think Shy Guy Bazaar is also like extremely cool. Again, maybe it just doesn't have as many hazards as something like Airship Fortress, but I think it's still one of the best Mario Kart tracks ever. I mean, I have this as a tier for a reason. Like, where else are you going to be able to have so many different paths within one Mario Kart level? Like, you have, like, basically 3 layers of places you can go, and, all 3 of those layers, they're kind of like, how can I say this? There's like a middle path, there's a right path, and a left path. And each of those have like 3 layers of area that you can go on for the most part. Until you get around the end, it becomes like 2 layers right? You can either like drive straight or go to left and right, and you can do wall jumps or rail grinds. And then near the end, it's basically pretty simple once you get past that Shy Guy on the carpet. You just have those last couple jumps at the end. But no matter what, it kind of keeps that structure of, okay, here's the middle of the track, here's the left, and here's the right, and there's lots of different ways you can drive on each of those little paths, and I like that a ton. So, I think it's a very varied track that you can race on a bunch of different ways. Of course, there's an optimal way to drive, but I think it's just fun. Like, when I go into free roam in this area, I think it's just really fun to explore all of it and to figure out all the different ways I can drive within that area, for sure. So, we'll move on now to Desert Hills. Don't think a lot of people were excited about this one coming back, and yeah, I don't know, when I saw gameplay of it, I'm like, this just looks okay. And sure enough, I drive on it, it still feels just okay, but it's not bad either. It's not bad. We'll see if this world record opens my eyes to anything crazy, right? Obviously, there's a little ramp on the right there, so you can jump off of that if you want. The shortcut opportunity on the left there. Those are always fun. Lots of windy roads, but overall they're like also pretty wide roads, so you're not going to really have a lot of trouble bouncing off of stuff or something along those lines. It's probably not going to happen. Really, I think the turns in the DS version are actually harder to pull off. Like, I don't know, they just seem like smaller in this version of the track now, so we'll see if this speed run really is as boring as it seems. There's this guy flying through, he just like went straight through his arm without getting hit. So there's like some hazards there. Obviously those Easter Island guys are flying around. You're never gonna get hit by them though, so again, it's just one of those things where they're a hazard, but they're more of like a, I guess, just a thing to look at as you're driving. So now we're on lap 3. Those guys are not moving, really. That's kind of weird. I thought they would both be running across, like not at the same time, but I've seen one go after the other. I guess apparently in time trials they don't do that. Yeah, obviously, again, there's like a left path over there if you want to take it. I think if you try and take like the rail that was up there, you're gonna go out of bounds. There's nothing crazy. Oh, now they're running down like right at the very end there. That's funny. As you saw, like there's really, yeah, not much to this track. There's some alternating paths. Overall, though, the layout of the track is pretty dang simple. Not much going on. I do like the fact that there are plenty of opportunities to take shortcuts, kind of like in most desert tracks. But it'd be cool if you do like a shroomless cut right here. I'm sure people are going to be doing that at some point, but yeah, there's like a path on the right there too. Even it looks like you can go on a rail, and then there's like a glider section on the left. You could probably again go into the water and jump on that ramp if you really want to, but again, not much to it. You're just kind of driving, lots of twists and turns. It's not a bad track again by any means. That was off the whole time, right? I hope so. But you guys should check on that. If not, then we need to redo that one. Okay, yeah, it was good. So I think this is Dry Desert. I think it's just good. I don't think it's bad. But it's a desert track and has the Easter Island guys. That's kind of its identity. Like no other desert track kind of has those Easter Island guys jumping around or moving around. They're a fun hazard for what they are, I guess, but nothing too special. So I think it's just a good track, and you know, if I have to race on, I'll be like, okay, fine, but I'm not like excited to race on or anything. Next up, Whistletop Summit. see how this one goes. It's always exciting to kind of see like the newer tracks just because sure I've raced on them a couple times, but I don't have a lot of experience with them really, so. Oh, starting from 3 are we? That's weird. Immediately jumping on the rails there on the right. Jumping through that. Holy crap! Oh my god. This is basically a Tony Hawk stage right here, because what the heck? Yeah, look at this, and then that's a shroomless cut there. I've seen that before. But, yeah, man, you're barely on the racetrack. You're mostly just doing tricks off of rails, for the most part, or walls. That was crazy. Wow. I don't think I've really seen that cut that they did to start there. I don't think that was a thing before. So, as you can see, there's a lot of potential to do some really cool stuff on this track. They didn't do it that time, but I don't know, was it on purpose the last time they did that? I have no idea. But yeah, shroomless cut, those are always really cool. They're probably going to be decently rare in this game, even though you have the ability to jump. But yeah, you get to drive. There's a lot of different passes you can see. Oh my god, he's going on the train. That's crazy. Wow. As you can see, there's like that bottom path, the top path. Obviously, the top path seems to be the faster way to go. Then you have this fun little section where you can just jump over and over again on the rails. Like, I like that a lot. It's engaging to me, I don't know. Big wide turn. And then you got like seemingly 3 different paths you can go on here, kind of. You got the rails here, which they're going on. Go on that bottom path, you can use a mushroom, jump off a thing there, or you can just keep it for this part. There's a whole bunch of stuff for this track. I think this is definitely a really fun one. I don't know if it's like one of the best in this game, but for what it is, man, like, it's really cool. Again, I kind of like the train as kind of just like this consistent hazard that you're gonna find in a different place on each lap. I think that's really fun. Seemingly there's like a different road. I don't know if there's like a special again intermission where you can race up to the top of that mountain or what. I'm sure there is, and then like fly off of it. But there's lots of different things you can do. Yeah, you can like go on that rail on the left there if you want. You can like probably do tricks off the sign too. Or if you can get on top of that building there somehow, like on the rim of that roof or whatever. I don't know. I mean, again, there's just a lot of things that you can experiment in with this one. I mean, again, if you're just doing the optimal path like this, still a really, really fun track. So, I think overall, I'd probably give that one like a solid. Where are you at? I think this is you. Probably like an insane on that one. Again, for me, like, not necessarily one of the best ever. Even though you're jumping around constantly and it's really fun, it usually does do more of like just a 2-path structure, 3 every now and then, mainly near the end. But I just don't feel like it's as like dynamic as maybe the other 2, or it has as much going on. Again, the main hazard of this one is the train. You might have to try and get around it in certain ways, certain times. But I mean, usually you can probably get around it pretty easily. So it's just a matter of racing on this one, and again, unless you take like the more simple path, it can actually be like decently difficult to do all the things you need to do on this. Some sections it's pretty easy. What am I thinking? Like the main hard one again would be like that big turn around the middle, and then right at the beginning those rails, jumping in between them and not falling off is a lot harder than it looks. Then after that it's pretty basic what you need to do. Execution wise, definitely one of the harder tracks. So I think it being insane is good. Again, I can maybe think about bumping up to one of the best, but I just feel like both of these got more going on than Whistle Top Summit does. Let's go ahead, let's move on. Mario Bros. Circuit. This is definitely probably right alongside Mario Kart Stadium for being one of the best starter tracks in Mario Kart history, for sure. So we'll see how they race on this one. I wonder how they're gonna start, really. Are they just gonna use the mushroom and go straight through that? Yeah. Jump off of there. Lots of rails immediately, but you know, you can race on this like a normal track if you really want to, but yeah, as you can see again, the optimal way is to kind of just get on those rails as much as possible. You can even do tricks like that. Wow, yeah, that must be pretty tricky to do. That's fun. It's fun when you know, the tracks have elevation, you're able to kind of trick off of stuff like that. She barely got on that ramp there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, she kind of uses the momentum from the mushroom to be able to do that left trick to get a little extra boost after. Dang, yeah, man, look at this. Rail grinding in this game is crazy. All the things that you can do through it are really cool, but big turns, we love big turns, right? Plenty of turns in this one. A couple extra paths you can take again, usually like 2 or 3 throughout the track. That's fun. Rail grind opportunity there, that's always cool. So whether you're just like racing on this normally or just trying to do the optimal path, I still think it's relatively fun, all things considered. You can go on those walls there like after the rail grind, so that can teach you about wall jumping and stuff. There's probably other tracks that kind of teach you that a little bit better, but yeah, still, there's a lot of different ways that you can go. Because even like right here, instead of taking that glider, you could go on the right and go on a whole bunch of rails over there. So there's a lot to this track, I think. More than meets the eye. And for like a beginner track, I think that's really cool. So I'll say that that's probably gonna go in great. Like the big thing about this track is that there's just not really like a hazard. There's nothing to look out for really. So I still think it has like a lot going on, all things considered. Lots of different ways that you can drive on it, and again, like the elevation is cool. It reminds me of Mario Kart 8, but it's not really Mario Kart 8. There's no anti-grav, but it's still like cool to race on, you know. Let's move on to Wario Stadium, finally coming back. The last track from the N64 to come back. Love to see it. Baby daisies everywhere, I guess. This is the meta, apparently. It's either really light characters or really heavy characters. So look at this, bro. This is probably one of the craziest speedrunning tracks in this game. I mean, how do you even, like, how am I supposed to commentate this? She's just flying through the air, get through all these different rails. They're on top of these walls, and then she does some tricks going back on the track there, but yeah, just going right back to the rails. Gonna jump here. She does the jump early so that she has less elevation. She can go on the ground faster, reach those boost panels, and that's it. I mean, you do not have to race on this track the way that these speedrunners are, right? Even without that, there's still plenty of tricks you can do along the actual track. Lots of turns, but you know, again, mainly lots of places to jump around. I always like stuff like that. You know, as long as I'm constantly like tricking off of something or whoa, 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 whoa. Dude, wait, what? There's like a section right there? I didn't even know that. Whoa, dude. Okay. there's like a boost panel there and everything. I'm surprised they didn't take it. I didn't know that existed at all, though. I wonder if that's like an out of bounds thing, though, if you went on that boost panel. I would hope not. That'd be kind of lame. But there is some very weird like boundaries in this game, honestly. Like there's been a couple times while I'm playing in either like Knockout Tour or just these regular tracks where I could hit into a wall, Lakitu grabs me or something. It's kind of weird. I've seen clips of it on Twitter too, but and yeah, look at that, man. Yeah, that just makes you wonder how. So you could probably like jump on that rail earlier, jump off of it to get on the boost panel if you want, but I guess that's still not the optimal path. Yeah, I think this track does have a little bit of everything. Insane speedrunner potential. Basically becomes a completely different track if you play it optimally, excuse me. But even if you don't, there's a crap ton of jumps to take, plenty of turns, not really a dull moment. Near the end, of course, you got the big jump. It's a big spectacle, no matter what time of day you're playing on too. So, I think personally, because in N64, I think everybody kind of agreed that this was just a really long, plodding track to race on, and now I think it's like really, really cool. It's probably one of the best, probably. Let's throw it there again. Big thing about this track, though, again, doesn't have hazards, but I mean, again, you just look at that speed run, you say, holy crap, dude, like, there's a lot to it, and I think it's very exhilarating to drive on top of the walls and get into those rail grinds and fly on through. I don't know, though. I had to choose, because, like, it could even, like, you could make an argument for it being insane instead of up here, for sure. I just think, in my personal opinion, this is probably where it's going to go just because of the spectacle of it, really. Again, visually, this track is just really cool. How they've changed it and made it much more industrial looking. They made it look like an actual stadium for like dirt bikes and stuff, like monster trucks. I think it's pretty sweet. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna move on. Gonna move on before I change my mind. Let's move to Bowser's Castle now, baby. You love Bowser's Castle. I still don't really have like the music of this one memorized just because it goes so fast. It has a very high tempo in this game. It's kind of hard to hear it, the high intensity racing, you know? This is more of an industrial Bowser's Castle too, but there's still lots of really cool set pieces in this one. And obviously a cool shortcut right there. Streamless shortcut, you love to see it. And yeah, this is a really cool moment. From the fire tornado into the freaking clouds. It's awesome. You got Bowser's giant head. Jump through that. There's like, again, you play this optimally. Cool opportunities to do some shenanigans with wall jumping and wall riding. Not that much grind or rail opportunities, but yeah, I guess ultimately that's just not the way you're supposed to go. But you can go on that chain on the right. You can go on the pipes up there if you want to do some rail grinding. Plenty of hazards, kind of like near the edges of the stage. Obviously, up in this part, you take turns a little too hard, you could probably get hit by like a fire pillar or go into lava there. And of course, you got a mushroom, you can go through lava, which is really sick, and then this ending section here is really cool too. The meteors are pretty, like, I guess, predictable. You know, there's indicators showing where they're going to be, so you can dodge them pretty easily, but they do make pretty big explosions, man. They cover a good chunk of the track, so they are, like, at least a nuisance, you know? Sure, they're dodgeable, but you definitely have to go out of your way to not get hit by them. So, yeah, overall, again, this is probably one of those tracks that just basically has everything. It has cool shortcuts. It has amazing visuals. Definitely one of the best tracks in this game visually. Another thing, I don't know if you guys are noticing, but there's parts of this track where, specifically the second half here, where you're just going faster than normal, which is really fun too. Makes the tight turns that you have to take in that second section just a little more intense. So, I think that's pretty sweet. Again, not really much to say other than it's very obviously really cool. I guess like the only point I'd really have against it is that just in terms of different paths that you can take, doesn't really sure there's different ones that you can take, but it doesn't feel like it matters all that much which ones you take. You're kind of gonna get the same scenery either way. The big one is just like taking those chains as a rail grinding thing, and then going on top of the castle to jump down. Still, I don't think there's anything crazy there. Let's check it. This might actually affect the rating, how cool this top section of the castle is, if there's a bunch of different things I could do there. I don't think there is, but I'm gonna make sure. And even like in free roam too, you can kind of see there's like a whole different racetrack there. I'm guessing that's like a battle mode thing though. I can't believe I missed that, bro. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. Alright, let's try again. Of course, as soon as I'm like playing the game. Yeah, you can see, oh wow, look at this. Oh yeah, and then there's like real grinding opportunity there, but still definitely slower than normal. But yeah, just in like free roam, there's a challenge that you can do where you can just like race across this section of the map. Okay, lap 2. Am I just not allowed to have fun? Come on, bro. Where'd all my mushrooms go? What'd you do with them? Yeah, look at that. Like a section up here that you can go on. I'm guessing that's out of bounds in this though. But yeah. There's like a whole other racetrack there basically. But again, I'm guessing that's kind of like a battle mode map. Kind of to just drive around that. Snap, I got out of there completely. But yeah, there's nothing crazy going on up there. Who's my main? Do you even need to ask, bro? Who do you think it is? Who do you think it is? Here's a hint, my name is Cowabunga. That might give you a big hint as to who my main probably is. Where are they? Am I missing something here? Okay, yeah, that's my main. Again, I'm allowed to main Cow considering that, you know, King Dedede. Yeah, you're right. King Dedede's in everything, bro. And he's also my profile picture on my Switch, as you can see here. Don't look at how many hours I played Smash Ultimate. I do not like that game, I swear. Okay, but yeah, let's go back to the ranking here, okay? Would it be bad if I didn't put Bowser's Castle? This is no, this is not Bowser's Castle. That's Dry Dunes, I think. Dry Bones Burnout. Excuse me. We'll get to that here in a second, but yeah, I think it'd be bad if I didn't put it up here somewhere, right? Because I think pretty universally agreed upon that this is probably one of the better Bowser's Castles. Like I feel like I gotta put it up there just for the spectacle alone. Just in terms of how it looks, it's like one of the best looking Mario Kart tracks ever made, bro. It's insane. It's insane. So let's just put it there. Again, I think it has pretty much anything you could ever ask for in a Mario Kart track. So does it necessarily go above and beyond? And do I even like it more than some other Bowser's Castles? I don't know. I mean, it's been a while since I've played some of the other Bowser's Castles, but it's like I don't know if the hazards are as crazy to avoid as they are in some other Bowser's Castle, and I know some other ones have some sharper turns and are overall probably more fun to race on, but even still, this is probably, I think, one of the best ones they've done, I think, so yeah. Let's just keep it there for now. That top tier might be, you know, bloated to a point where I might have to loosen stuff down. So, Rybone Burnouts. This is one of the ones where I looked at it, I'm like, ooh, this looks really cool. I want to race on this one really bad. Looks like it has a lot of different paths and stuff. Seems like it's going to be really fun. And sure enough, it is very fun to drive on. So immediately, Shroomless Cut, that's fun. Just go on the wall there. Oh, you can do a little trick right there. That's crazy. Big turn to this section where you can basically do whatever you want. You can drive on the ground like that, or if you're, you know, you got some sauce and you can go on the walls if you want, so that's fun. Another section where you can kind of just do whatever. Like, there's a lot of freedom to this track, I feel like, where you can just go on walls, you can go on rails, you can just drive on the regular road, do a bunch of jumps. That's a cut I haven't really seen before. That's cool. And then fly through that. Again, flying through the lava with a mushroom, I don't know why, it's very satisfying. So normally it hurts you, but you got a mushroom, it doesn't. It's just like really fun to drive on. I don't know. Yeah, relatively quick track, but with all the different places that you can go, I think it's really cool. Again, usually it's kind of covering like a top path, bottom path, and then both of those have like two different sections that you can drive on, so I just think that's really cool. Yeah, you got like that bottom section which has its like own little grind rail spots. It has its own spots for mushroom shortcut. You get near the end there, you can drive around that wavy part. It has some stuff to jump off of if you want, but yeah, usually if you have a mushroom, that's just a big cut right there, and you're probably gonna get in front of somebody, so I like this track a lot. I mean, even if you fly off that narrow path in the middle there, there's still a bottom path you can go on. Just think it's really neat, and visually, again, I love the embers in the air, kind of. Are these even embers? I want to say they are, but they look more like flower petals almost. No, I think they're fire embers. I mean, either way it works. I think they are flower petals, yeah. So, yeah, visually, the track looks really good too. It's got some like Day of the Dead inspiration, I guess. Um, with all the huge bone structures, it seems like it's like a really cool like fantasy land. You know, we like seeing stuff like that. So it's just got a very unique look compared to everything else in this game. Blue lighting here looks very nice into like the more purple lighting, and yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I love the patterns, love the colorfulness of it all. Definitely sweet, and then you got Bowser's Castle in the background too, looking sick. It's just awesome, man. I don't know. Again, this is probably one of the best in the game. And again, I guess I'm just gonna keep on putting everything at the top, but like, this is seriously like the quality of the game that we're talking about here. I think there's not necessarily a hazard outside of like outside of the lava just being there, but I don't know, it's like a tricky track to race on just in general, between all the different ways that you can drive on it if you want, with all the wall jumps and stuff. And those tight turns too, man. Like, there's a lot of opportunities to potentially fall off the track too if you're not familiar with it. So, I mean, again, maybe this is just recency bias on my part, but I do think it's a really, really cool track. Again, probably the visuals are the thing that's really pushing it up to the top the way I have it here. So, let's move on. We're gonna go to Toad's Factory. Personally, one of my favorite Mario Kart tracks of all time. So to see it like brought to this game with all of its new mechanics, I was really excited. before I played it, you know? We'll see how it stacks up in this game, for sure. Because here's the thing, Toad's Factory, definitely one of the best tracks in Mario Kart history, but then you put it in a game like this where it's going up against so many good tracks, right? So many cool freaking tracks. Some of the coolest in franchise history. And then you just put in Toad's Factory. You know, if you just put it in as is, it's gonna actually have a really hard time competing with everything else in this game. But I guess this is a pretty vanilla run of the track. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of new stuff being done here. I wonder why I just did a jump like that. That's weird. But yeah, there's still, you know, the middle part there that's pretty cool. You actually went on the rail that time to do some tricks, that's fun. There's lots of different rail grinding opportunities in this, actually, that are not super duper clear. But there's only certain sections where you can do wall rides. If you do one at the beginning, where the coins are going up the wall, you can actually get a an item box out of that, so that's pretty fun. This one right here. You can't really go on top of anything else other than that, though. This section is pretty self-explanatory, but you can go on those rails on the side if you jump into them, and then that's how you get to that top section up there, which will then lead to the rail grinding. I guess that's just not as fast, though. This part's really fun. The tight turn to doing one of the two little conveyor belts there is still really fun. There's rail grinding opportunities there, but you probably don't want to do those because you want to try and hit the those speed panels. Still a little bit more to the track, man. Mainly there are these what are they called? Why am I forgetting? Basic human things here. We'll run through it one more time. But in that last jump, there are these why can't I think of them? There's the, I want to call them like claw machines. That's not what they are, but that's just what I'm going to say for lack of a better term, like the correct term. But there's like these claw machines holding these steel beams. You can jump on the steel beams, or you can jump on that one to the left, and then you can jump on the one to the right after that, and then jump way ahead, which is just really fun. That's a fun little addition to the end of the track. But yeah, this is Toad's Factory, man, and in Wii it was extremely fun. In this game, still really fun. But again, it's got some extremely tough competition in this game, bro. I'm really glad it's in this game, especially for the music. We're gonna be talking about music a whole other day because there's just so much music in this game. I'm waiting for like somebody to actually upload every single track. If you guys know somebody who's done it, please by all means. But that's still gonna take a while, and I've done so many like music tier lists I haven't even really finished either. So like, I don't know. I feel like I should finish some of the other ones I've done in the past first before I even think about this game. But regardless, there's Toad's Factory. I think Toad's Factory is just like great. The only real hazard that you got on this track is the things that'll smush you at the beginning, and then other than that, you're just kind of driving through it. It's tight turns, and you can definitely tell this is the type of track that was made for like 12-player races, because as you go through it, it can get like extremely chaotic. Actually, I think for like the chaotic nature of racing in it, just for how tight it is, like how tight the turns are, and how the corridors are constantly enclosed, you can constantly get hit by stuff while racing on this track. I think it can go up to insane, maybe. I mean, it's Toad Factory, man. To say that, say it's not as cool as everything up here, I think is fair, but, ah, man, I don't know. It's kind of tough. Again, maybe getting hit by items constantly could be a detriment too, I guess, but, man, I don't know. I still really like it. I do, I really do. It's pretty short though. That's another thing. Like if you're just trying to do regular races, like how they have the intermissions and stuff, you just do one lap of this. One lap of this goes by so quick, and not necessarily like made for this game. It's not great for what this game was going for, if that makes any sense. So I don't think that's Toad's Factory fault though. I think that's just, you know, one of those things where they tried to experiment with it. It's just not quite working out. Yeah. You know, I'll keep it there. That's fine. Yeah, maybe we can rearrange it more around the end, but I'm feeling okay about that for now. Let's move on to Choco Mountain, another like stadium. This is definitely different than Wario Stadium though. Sure, they're both like very muddy stadiums, but this is more of like, I guess, like a football stadium. But we'll see. I kind of predicted, um, when I first saw footage of Choco Mountain and Wario Stadium, that I was kind of like, man, you know, kind of feels like Choco Mountain might actually overshadow Wario Stadium, and I don't think that's really the case now. But there's like a top half there. I don't even know how you get to that, honestly, but there's like off-road that's actually not off-road, so you can like drive on that without much problems. You got the charging chucks, you still got the chocolate balls to avoid. Nothing crazy though. Then you get a lot of elevation up this way. Got some sparklers, those are fun. There's like a rail grinding opportunity way up at the top there, that's kind of crazy. I don't think you'd want to do that, but just a fun little thing you can do. A little cut there, okay. Still not one of the flashier tracks though. I mean, that's the thing. I would think I probably would have put something like Toad's Factory a little bit higher if like racing on it optimally was a little more fun. This is kind of going to probably be one of those cases too where, you know, if racing on it optimally is not all that fun, it's just kind of basic, I might not give it like a super high rating. Because I think definitely rating stuff based off of how technical things get and how hard things get at a high level is pretty fair. Yeah, this is a pretty simple track, it looks like, all things considered. I kind of like, you know, the plunge into the dirt there, the charging chucks jumping and clapping, the fun little thing. Here, genuinely, like, if the charging chucks are not charging like that and they're instead trying to, like, kick around footballs and stuff, that can be genuinely hard to avoid. Like, I don't know why, but, like, their freaking footballs are really hard to avoid. They just, like, they're big, and they bounce around in unpredictable ways, and yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's Choco Mountain, alright. I wouldn't say, like, I'm thrilled about the retro selections in this game. I don't think they're bad, but there's, like, some in here that I'm wondering why they're here, and this is definitely kind of one of them. I feel like this could have been something else, something more fun, something that wasn't in Mario Kart 8. Like, if it were up to me, man, all the retros that came back would be stuff that was never in Mario Kart 8, you know, besides maybe Sky High Sunday. I think, like, Sky High Sunday definitely justifies its place within this game, but Choco Mountain, like, it's cool. I like what they did with it for sure. It has like a completely different identity from every other version. Completely different theming, but it's still fun, all things considered. I still think that I'd probably just like throw it in great though. So, where you at, Choco Mountain? Where you at, Choco Mountain? When do you even play this in the Grand Prix? I thought it was a little earlier on, but I guess not, apparently. It's like way down here. I think I'll just throw that in great. I think it's better than Mario. Is it better than Mario Circuit? I don't think so. Or Mario Bros. Circuit. Yeah, I think it's one of the more boring tracks to race on, seemingly. I mean, it's got some shortcut opportunities here and there. It's not bad by any means. Got some memorable things about it, but Again, we're comparing some really good tracks to one another here. So, I think just putting it there for now is pretty fair. Move on to Crown City. Crown City. This seems like a fun one to try and do speed runs on, just because, yeah, seemingly it's a 3 lap thing here. For each lap is different, I think. That's cool. Get a little jump there, I don't know why. I thought he was gonna go on the rail, but I guess not. They're not going on rails, just collecting coins, I guess, at the start here. I thought that was already lap 1, but it's not. Let me just go through that. Go through here. Lots of tight turns. One thing you can see, you can obviously just drive on it like that. Pretty simply. Do a big cut right there near the skate park. And then this is like the actual track proper. Whoa, we just jumped off the car. That's fun. I like stuff like that in this game, where you can kind of just choose to jump off of cars if you want. If you think it will give you a little extra boost. You gotta do anything to get higher up in this game, man. Like, it can be tough to get out of certain spots without getting hit constantly anyway. Here's like the meat and potatoes of this track right here. A couple rail grinding opportunities, 2 different paths, that's always fun. Again, lots of verticality to this track, so that's cool. Going through this huge structure here. Got lots of different opportunities to potentially like go on walls if you want to. I don't know why you would want to, but you can. Fun little cut right there. And there's a couple different paths you can go on through here. Again, I guess optimally this is... Whoa! Holy crap, okay. Yeah, you can go on some of those and jump off of them apparently. That's always fun. I really love how you can kind of just... oh man, 2 big cuts. 2 big mushroom cuts there. You can kind of just jump off of whatever you want, man, as long as it's like... as long as it's like, yeah, just barely, I don't even know what to call it, like some kind of just structure. Even if it's just very thin, you can jump off of it still, and it's really fun. Creates shortcut opportunities that require just like a lot of, like as you're trying to discover them, a lot of creativity, so I think that's pretty awesome. I really love like the 3-lap structure of that specifically, but I think I'm pretty sure if you just try and play like Crown City as is, it's not really like that. I think it kind of does the second section twice for lap 1 and 2, and then lap 3 it might go into that 3rd section. I don't know. Either way, I'll just rank it based off of what we saw there. You know me, from my other rankings, I love when each lap is unique. I think it automatically goes up there just because of that, but I don't think I can really put it much higher than that either. At the end of the day, it's like a little city track, and there's not a ton going on. There's cool structures, there's cool things that you go through, but I just think that, oh man, I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it, might be like up there, definitely above Whistletop Summit, but just because of that 3-lap structure. But yeah, still for what it is, it's just fine. I think what's really bringing it up is the shortcuts that you can do on it are really cool. So there's still not really any hazards. Like, sure, cars are hazards. There's not a lot of them in that track, and it's just like so open that you can completely avoid cars if you really want to and still be perfectly fine. By either going in the middle or left or right. And yeah, other than that, I mean, the cars aren't even really hazards anyway. You can get hit by them and you lose some coins, but you keep your speed pretty much when you get hit by them, so it's not a big deal. And I guess maybe another point off of it is kind of that there's not a lot of uh, wall jump opportunities. And if there are some, they're like very out of the way, and if you want to like win, you probably shouldn't do them. So I don't really like stuff like that. So I think that's what's keeping it from the top for sure. Let's move on to one of my favorite tracks in this game, man. BK Spaceport. Once again, another track that kind of has a different uh, a different lap each time, a different thing to do on every lap. So that's fun. Yeah, this goes. Got a couple different ramps there. That top path, the bottom path. I guess the bottom path is definitely faster. You can do that cut. Holy crap. I didn't know that was a thing. That's fun. You got Big DK. You see him jumping throughout the level, which is really cool. Another freaking cut I've never seen. Wow. That's crazy. So obviously a lot of room to improvise stuff or just discover cool little shortcuts like that. You can either go on the rails or try and jump over stuff like he was doing. Again, the barrels are definitely hazards, but they're pretty avoidable. They're not going to be something that screw you over too much. Seemingly, from what I can tell, these tracks that don't have crazy rail grind opportunities, you're kind of just wanting the fastest character to get through all of it, really. Yeah, he's not using the wall at all here, but this is kind of meant to teach you wall jumping for sure, just to be able to jump from one thing to another. These barrels here, man, they're kind of crazy. They can be hard to avoid, but this section goes by so quick that it doesn't really matter too much. That's one thing that I kind of wish that last section would just last a little tiny bit longer. But all the other ones, they're so varied between what you do in each of them. I think that this stage is just really, really fun, all things considered. Like, it takes the idea of the original Donkey Kong game, turning it into like a Mario Kart track, and I think executes it in an extremely cool way. Again, having just like Robo Donkey Kong is kind of crazy. He's giant, he's like a spectacle of himself, so I like him, man. I like him and I like the track. Again, probably gonna be a contender for a top spot somewhere, potentially. I just gotta look at what we got going on here. Yeah, like if I had to say, I probably actually do like it better than Bowser's Castle, kind of. But I don't know though. Like on a visual level, Bowser's Castle is definitely better. But as a racetrack, is Bowser's Castle better? I think they're kind of on like the same footing for me. I don't know. Like the thing is that at least with Bowser's Castle, again, you try and race on it optimally, you're kind of in trouble. It can be like somewhat difficult to get the jumps just right. It seems like really there's only one jump there where, like right at the beginning, where it's probably pretty hard to set that up. But other than that, you go through the rest of the track and it's relatively easy. You just gotta avoid all the hazards that get thrown at you, and they aren't really all that hard to get through. Like the only thing that I could maybe see you what I could see screwing you over, English is my first language, is that maybe when you're using the mushroom shortcuts, there's those little fire guys. Maybe you get hit by one of those as you're trying to go through that, but you have some time to adjust to that, so I don't know. Those are really like the only hazards I could see myself getting screwed over by in this map, really, outside of that final stretch. But that final stretch, again, it's like so short, you're probably only going to contend with like one or two of those barrels realistically. So, again, you want to avoid any hazards on that map, you just go on the rails and you'll probably be fine. So, you know, being able to invalidate the hazards in that way too. Yeah, I think it's pretty fair. Like to definitely put it at the top because it's a perfectly executed idea, but there are some things that kind of are there that you can do the cheese stuff, and I think purposely so. But yeah, I don't know. Again, visually it's really cool. It's the fact that you go on top of the rocket at the end is pretty fun. So definitely a super memorable track. It deserves to be up at the top, but again, it's just like, man, so many tracks in this game are really good, dude. They're really good. Alright, let's move on. We got Koopa Troopa Beach next. I have a feeling this is going to be one of the ones I rank a bit lower. That's just me, though. Basically, just a big circle. You know, it's a SNES track, of course. Got some cheap cheeps you're never gonna get hit by, you know. Just drive around, nothing crazy. The atmosphere of this track is really cool. The confetti flying everywhere. Got the DJ Koopa, I love him. But, oh yeah, and then you got this cut right here. This is a surprisingly, like I've tried to do that cut, that's surprisingly hard to do, man. You don't do that cut right, you're gonna get like flung off to the right, and it doesn't really save you all that much time, so you gotta kind of get it just right. Like you gotta go in between that box and like that little cliff on the side there. Again, if you don't really get it just right, you're not gonna get the elevation that you need. Because you kind of have to like bounce off of that little cliff there. So, yeah. You can go as fast as 17 seconds on each lap. That's crazy. Yeah, as you can see, you know, you got one big cut. That's cool. There's at least something on this track. So it's not bad or anything. But, you know, yeah, you just take some turns. That's funny. And that's really about it, man. Big circle. Big circle. Turn your brain off. Wide open spaces to throw items if you want, but you're not going to get a lot of opportunities to bounce off of stuff or anything. You're just going to kind of drive through that, and I guess whoever wins, wins in that situation. Pure skill. The map. So. Ooh, this is called in Mario Kart 8. Listen to music. I don't know, it's a treat level. I forget what that level's called though. Anyway, yeah. Where you at, buddy? I think this is you. You're just gonna go right down there. Again, I think I can safely say right now, I would probably play any other track in this game, probably. So I guess by default, this is technically like the worst track in the game, but it's still not bad. And it's just like whatever, you take left turns constantly. You have that cut if you want to do it. If you have the mushrooms to do it, you probably will. But other than that, it's nothing special. What do you think? Should we leave Rainbow Road for last? Should we do it? I'm thinking like, what will be the last one here? Will it be Sky High Sunday if I do it a certain way, or will it be Peach Beach? I think either way I'd want one of those to be the last one, so let's do Rainbow Road last. Let's just skip it for now. Let's see, I'm pretty sure I got the ghost on this one, yeah. I'm gonna go to Peach Stadium next. Exo says yes too, so there we go, I made the right decision. So, I think the time trial version of this is just 3-lap structure and the same every single time. They don't do anything different on each lap, but I feel like you could if you wanted to. I don't think they do in this. Because I know for sure, like, the Grand Prix version of this track, let me tell you. We have that no tier, I don't think it's going to get used. But, I will say, the first Peach Stadium, the first one that appears, not in the Special Cup, I forget what other cup it appears in. Basically the one where it's just like a rectangle, that one's a no. Because, like, what the heck? You compare it to this, where at least this feels like an actual racetrack. It's like that bottom section down there we just saw. You kind of race on that part of it. And it's like a minute long, if that, going down there, finishing the lap. I think that racetrack's pretty lame, but this one's fun. And again, you got that verticality. This is a zero gravity section if I've ever seen one. So, but it's fun for what it is. You can just do a bunch of tricks off of stuff like that. So again, these tracks with elevation, you having the ability to do tricks off of the little corners like that is just really fun. I appreciate it for sure. It is a pretty standard like Peach track, all things considered, I think. You just got lots of turns here and there. You got, your straightaway, basically right at the end there. Other than that, though, got lots of twists and turns. Get to see basically a view just around the castle, which is really fun. All kinds of advertisements and people sitting in the stands. Lots of opportunities to do tricks normally, even without, optimizing it as much as possible. There's opportunities to go on walls there into rails, so that's fun. Still nothing crazy. You got the confetti, to me, this is like the evolution of Peach Circuit from Mario Kart 8, the N64 version of it. Like, it has that exact feel of that track. I still feel like Peach Circuit is more fun than this, though. Maybe that's just me. I feel like the turns on Peach Circuit from N64 more fun, and obviously you got the big jump on Peach Circuit, or what is it? It's called Roller Raceway. I'm stupid. That's what I'm talking about. You got some big jumps here, and it's cool how you can see a lot of the track at the bottom as you are at the top here, but still, I don't know, it's nothing crazy, you know what I mean? It's a very standard racetrack for sure. Overall, let's go ahead. I don't think it's insane. We'll throw it somewhere in great. Do we think it's better than Mario Bros. Circuit? I honestly don't think it is now. I don't think it's as good as Mario Bros. Circuit. Like, Mario Bros. Circuit just has a lot clearer shortcut opportunities and multiple different paths. Like, it definitely has way more ultimate paths than this track does. So, I think Mario Bros. Circuit being higher is pretty fair. Move on. We're gonna go to Moo Moo Meadows next. Again, another retro track that I could have lived without. Like, honestly, people will have debate about, well, if you don't want Moo Moo Meadows, then what should be there, right? Should it have been, what's the one from N64, right? People said, well, yeah, that one hasn't come back in a while, so maybe they should have just did that. But that's just a big circle too, really, and we already kind of got that with Koopa Troopa Beach. But then I guess I would then argue, well, you could have probably had Moo Moo, I think it's just called Moo Moo Farm. You could have had Moo Moo Farm here, right? And then instead of Koopa Troopa Beach, you could have done like a GBA beach track instead, because I don't think one of those has come back before. So that's probably what I would have done personally. There's like no GBA tracks in this game for like no reason. Kind of doesn't make sense. Or you could have just done a whole new cow track altogether too, honestly, if you really wanted to. I'm sure nobody would be opposed to having a trilogy of Moo Moos, you know. Yeah, obviously the world record holder is using the cow. That's funny. From what I've seen of this one, this is actually like a surprisingly technical track. And again, I definitely give bonus points to the tracks where it's like, if you want to learn how to race on them optimally, it's actually somewhat technical. It's like, for example, yeah, you can do that. You can jump off of other freaking cows, which is hilarious. Jumping off of cows to get speed boosts is insane. This is pretty similar to the Koopa Troopa cut right there, where you do a jump to kind of go on a ledge like that. Like, surprisingly really fun. There's a whole another section on the left there, as you can see. I guess you can use a mushroom to get to there. But for the most part, still just Moo Moo Meadows, you know? Nothing too crazy. It looks really good in this game, I will say. Like, I know that Moo Moo Meadows is probably one of the tracks that people go to in Mario Kart 8 to just show how amazing the graphics are in that game. I would do that in this game too, just because I think maybe the graphics are not as realistic as the Mario Kart 8 version, but like, dude, you just see how colorful this map is. Like, it makes brown look really good and colorful, and the greens are also really nice. The yellows are really nice. I love it, man. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of opportunities to do jumps. Again, going on the rails like that is really fun. Being able to jump off that wall is definitely like unexpected. Jumping off the cow every single time, guaranteed, is also really fun. The cows, I don't know, man. They don't seem like that middle section. Sometimes it's hard to drive on in Mario Kart 8, and I don't think it really is in this game. Even with all the cows on the road like that, like, it's just not really hard to do. Like, this section here is just a lot more wide open. The track in general is just more wide open, and because of that, it feels like an even more beginner-friendly track that was in Mario Kart 8 or Wii. And in that like aspect, I don't think I like it as much because it was already really easy, and now it's even more easy in that way if you just drive on it normally. But I think the optimal shortcut on that one is gonna bump it up at least a little bit, you know, like, you know, the shortcuts on that one make it so that Moo Moo Meadows has something over Peach Stadium or Choco Mountain at least. So, and I would say like the shortcuts on Mario Kart Stadium are probably more fun, probably, or just as fun. Let's say just as fun. I don't think more fun is fair, but just as fun. It has more of those shortcuts. It has a lot more paths just in general. And then Toad's Factory, again, it's Toad's Factory. It's peak. But it's got some different alternate paths that are fun to go on too. And it probably has more of them. So it's a bit more of a, I would say, a track that requires you to pay a bit more attention. It's more of an intermediate track than Moo Moo is. Moo Moo's definitely like a beginner track. It's pretty easy to race on, all things considered. Even, I say, even on that optimal path. Let's see how hard that optimal path is to drive on. Like, I'm curious. I'm curious. So we do that. Oh, and I'll just like fly right off of it, of course. We need to start over. Why would it do that? I jumped perfectly. The game knows it. Hey, come on, bro. Like, smashed under my cow weight. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna do it like the latest I can. So yeah. Now you gotta take that jump like early, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Again, maybe optimally this is actually harder than something like Toad's Factory, so I still don't know if I should like put it over Toad's Factory for something like that though, you know what I mean? I don't think that's fair. But yeah, that's fun. But yeah, that's definitely hard to do, man. It's just like very little things, but the timing on that stuff's actually pretty hard. I'll go ahead I think I'm probably just gonna keep it where it is, which is below Mario Circuit. I think Mario Circuit's just like too good of a starter course to really bump down anymore. That's just me though. Let's move on to Mario Circuit. I don't know why I'm viewing the rankings. I already downloaded all the thingies. Mario Circuit. So this is like all the Mario Circuits put into one, which is a fun idea for sure. Definitely spices things up a little bit. Let's see how crazy this can get, because there's a lot of off-road opportunities to get crazy shortcuts, you know. Pipes, obviously, to avoid. And then there's those little block structures that I'm pretty sure you can jump off some of them. Yeah, like that. There we go. As soon as I say something, somebody does it. So, yeah, already one lap done. Huge shortcut. Dang, yeah, there we go. Each lap on this one's pretty different, so it's always cool when they do that. Pretty sure that's that Mario Circuit 3, that jump there. I'm pretty sure that's a Mario Circuit 3 thing. Ooh, yep, there's another jump onto the blocks there. There's still some turns that are pretty like difficult to pull off on this map. So, ooh, yeah, I was about to say I'm surprised that's not the place where they use the mushroom, but that's why. So this track doesn't really have any places to do wall jumps at all. Makes sense, but it utilizes the charge jump pretty heavily. That's pretty fun. Still just Mario circuits, you know, nothing crazy, especially visually. It's just okay. Yeah, I really like the shortcuts on this one for sure. Looks like it's just like pit stop city here. It's still, yeah, I don't know. Visually, this one could definitely use a little something something, I think. Still not bad though. Fun little jump right there. It definitely, like, it differentiates itself enough from the past Mario circuits to kind of have its own identity visually. That's cool. Yeah, I'll quit now. Let's rank it. I would say it's gonna go somewhere up here. What are we thinking? I think I put it right there. I think Moo Moo can't go above it just for that one shortcut being really hard to do. Other than that though, like Mario Circuit, sure there are some tight turns here and there, but it's still pretty beginner friendly, of course, all things considered, so I think for what it is, it's pretty good in this game. It's really about all I've got to say, so. Oh shoot, I didn't show where I put it. There we go. So it's in great. I think it's great. But, you know, under Moo Moo, I think that's pretty fair. Go ahead, view this ghost. For Acorn Heights, this is probably right here my personal favorite track. Just because of how many different tracks there are, how many different ways that you can drive on this track. Like, it's open, it's got a lot of different paths, and I love it. And I feel like driving on it optimally is definitely going to be a skill check for sure. Oh, wow. Just trying to hurry up and get down as much as possible. Yeah. Yep, drive through there. So again, this is like the optimal path. Going on that left path there, I guess, is the most optimal thing. Jumping across all these different vines there is the most optimal thing to do. That's really cool. But you can choose not to drive on it that way, right? You can choose to not go on that rail. I guess you'll choose to do it right at the end there. You can go on that right path. The right path is just as fun. There's also the bottom path too, which is probably the least fun, but there's still like some shortcut opportunities you can take down there. You can like jump off the walls over here, potentially do that shroomless, but I guess the shroom way is fastest. There's some acorns falling down if you do not take these little rails, so it's a fun little hazard, and there's like 3 different paths you can go down that way too, on top of the rails. That's like 4 different paths, which is just crazy. Like seriously, this section right here, this middle section, I mean, obviously there's mushrooms, but it does remind me a lot of Mushroom Gorge, just being able to jump off a whole bunch of different things, go in whichever direction you really want to. And yeah, you got like that top path up there. I don't even know how you get up there, man. You can just go on the right and hope that you're taking the fastest path, and you're kind of not, but whatever. That's really about it, man. I just like, again, how many different paths you can take, like the potential paths you can take on this, is what appeals to me the most with this track, so I think it is really good. There are some hazards, but there's not like anything crazy. I will, again, like I'm having a hard time putting anything above Bowser's Castle. It's kind of becoming a gatekeeper. So I think it being like right there is pretty dang good, all things considered. Man, I kind of want, like, as I'm looking at this, I kind of want to do this. Right? I am showing the screen for this, right? I'm not. Oh, okay. So, yeah, here's Acorn Heights right here. Put it right there. Like, the more I'm looking at it, man, I don't know. But is this sacrilege to say that Wario Stadium's better than Airship Fortress in this game? I think so. I think so. Yeah, no, I don't know though. Like, so I have Acorn Heights here, right? But at the same time, I have these two up here. Even though they don't have any crazy hazards to avoid, especially like Wario Stadium. Does it even have a hazard? I don't think so. You don't have any crazy hazards to avoid. They're still like super duper fun to race on. I find Acorn Heights to be like this level of fun to race on. Like, it's gotta be at least a top 5er in this game, man. Yeah, it gives me the Mushroom Gorge vibes, where you got some sharp turns leading into the middle section where you just bounce around on everything, and then you got that last section there where you just got the rail jumps, and it's pretty fun, all things considered. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, but is it better than that one though? Is it better than Dry Bones Burnout? It's a tough one, man. It really is. I don't think visually it looks as good, so I'd say that, like, that's probably fine right there. Yeah, still top, like, to say that's a top 5er for now, I think is pretty fair. Bowser's Castle has some fun stuff, but it's a bit, like, a little bit more linear than Acorn Heights is, so I think Acorn Heights being above is fine. So, again, move on before I change my mind. View Ghost on Boo Cinema. Ooh. There's all kinds of ghosts. Based off what I know, this is probably one of the more basic tracks, so probably not gonna get a high ranking unless I see something crazy here, but we'll see. I think the theming on this one is really good, though, in all things considered. Visually, it's really fun. Peach with her surprise face, and the castles in the background, like, that's fun. I haven't really seen something like that in Mario Kart before, jumping through the screen, kind of as like a N64 reference, is pretty fun. But yeah, even if you drive on this one optimally, there's nothing too crazy going on here, except for like, yeah, that's probably the craziest part right there. See, I like tried to do that in an actual race, but apparently you can't go too far off to the right there. If you do, Lakitu will grab you if you don't jump fast enough, so that's no fun. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, like in concept, this is done pretty well. I like the big boo that tries to jump scare you there. I personally feel like, though, maybe this is just me, that maybe this little middle section here could have had a little bit more to it. Because all things considered, this feels like a bit of a shorter track. Again, not bad, but it's oh wow. He's freaking off the pillar there, that's fun. Yeah, I don't know. The theming's fine. It's just like the execution, like visually it's good, but I just feel like there could have been a little bit more to it. Maybe a couple more turns. I don't know. It feels lacking in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if I'm the only one who feels that way. Again, if we're like going into a movie, I just feel like maybe there should be like different scenes or something, right? There should be something being acted out instead of just Peach having the same frame of I don't know. Like if the frames told a story or something as you're driving through it instead of it just being Peach's face the whole time on a still frame, then I think I would like it just a little bit better. As is, it's fine though. I just think it has a little bit of missed potential. So yeah, I mean at least Desert Hills has some hazards. Again, there's really not too much going on there. Again, maybe if boos were trying to block your path like they were disappearing, reappearing on the film itself to be hazards, then that could have been interesting, but they're kind of just in the background the whole time. Again, like, I don't know. For what the concept is, it's just fine. It feels like a very beginner track. So, again, am I showing... No, I'm not showing the screen. I'm getting bad at it. Just how it is. But yeah, I got Boo Cinema in good in the middle there. In case you can't see it. Just somewhat disappointed by what the track is. Because when I first saw it, I was pretty excited. I thought there'd be a little more to it, but there's not, unfortunately. It is what it is. Now we got Dandelion Depths. This is a cool one. This is like basically based off of Steam Gardens, which is pretty sick. I like Steam Gardens a lot. Let's see how this races. This is probably one of the newer tracks I've played the least, honestly, so... I know you can go on a wall jump on the right there to get to that top path if you want, so that's fun. There's a bit of a mushroom shortcut right there, 2 different paths there. The top and the bottom. I think I've only ever gone on the bottom path in this map, though. Seems like you just kind of jump off of the... to get to this point here. I will say, man, I don't really like driving on water in this game at all. So if there's like, there's tracks that heavily rely on water, I'm potentially not gonna like them. I think in this case it's fine because really all you really do in the water on this track is just, you just jump around in it, and that's probably like the best part of the water physics in this game. Other than that, though, I think the water physics feel very weird in this game. I don't really like them too much. Same thing kind of goes for Glider. Glider's just like really hard to control for me, so if there's any particular track where I'm like driving in the air for a prolonged period of time, trying to dodge stuff or something, which is pretty rare in this game, I don't really like it, but I think you're only going to really experience something like that in the intermissions. But yeah, this is fun right here. I always love when there's basically like a full-on what would you call that? I guess just an uphill thing where you drive up boosts like that. It's always really fun. Other than that though, you got lots of turns. Basically just a big donut right here. Some opportunities to take different paths. Other than that, you just got turns, turns, jumps, jumps. It stays engaging the whole time. It's a very pretty map too, for sure. I really like this part with all the... I guess these kind of look like fireflies to me, just flying around within this section. With the green lighting. Pretty fun. That's really about it though. I still think that's a bit more of a standard track, and obviously the optimal route of that map is to just drive through it pretty normally, so it will not get any brownie points for I guess being cool to look at and having crazy strategies. Where's it at? Where's it at? This is it? I think this is it. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna throw it. I want to throw it in great. Because I think the things that are separating great from insane, and one of the best, is just the optimal runs of it. Seeing how crazy they can get with all the different jumps and tricks that you can do in them. This doesn't really have that, but I still think it's a really good track, all things considered. I think visually it's better than Mario Bros. Circuit. Has some more memorable moments within the track itself. I think this is fine. I'm trying to kind of debate on if it's better than Toad's Factory or not. I'd say probably not. Toad's Factory, again, for what they added to the track, I think the stuff that they added can be really fun and memorable. Again, jumping in between the different like steel beams is something that I always do, just because, like, sure, it's not the optimal path, but it's just really fun to do. I like doing it, so I do it. This track doesn't really have like the fun thing to do. You just kind of race through it and you're like, okay, for what this is, it's fun. It's just nothing crazy. Move on here. There we go. Got cheap. What is this? Falls next? Yeah. This track immediately looks really cool. I always like the more like I think this is Japanese inspired scenery here. This is basically what Tokyo Blur could have been, right, if it was actually cool and fun. Huh? Okay. That's an interesting little thing I wouldn't think would be fast, but I guess it is. Okay. Sure. So again, this is one of the tracks here where you really drive through the water and it can be really tough. The water is definitely a skill check. I don't know, your car controls a lot differently in the water, and that last turn there can be pretty hard to take. Like cutting it is just pretty dang hard, so this is a very weird that's a very weird cut right there. I wonder if that's like intentional. I really doubt it. I think you're kind of supposed to probably use a mushroom just to get to that rail, but hey, whatever. They're breaking the game. But yeah, there's like some opportunities to get different paths on this one, different rail grinds and stuff. It's really hard to get the double item boxes on this map. Like overall, I'd say it's a intermediate track, because I don't think the turns are super hard to take necessarily, but it's not a cakewalk to drive on at all. It's definitely it's not really all that easy. I don't know why he's not taking the rail. I feel like the rail would be a little bit faster there, but maybe you can't. It might be possible that the turns on the rails are just so steep that you can't like jump on them consistently. You might fall off of them you do try and take them. Because when you're on a rail in this game, you want to jump off of it ASAP. Yeah. What are we giving that one? I think, it's definitely a fun one to race on, I think, despite the water. Like, I don't like water that much, but, driving down, like, a waterfall like that is pretty fun. The turns are genuinely hard to take because of the water. I think it does work in its favor in this instance. I'll throw it in insane somewhere. I think it's as fun to drive on as Whistletop Summit. That's the big question. Probably not. Probably not, though. I think you drive on it unoptimally. It's still fun to drive on. But like the optimal way to drive on Whistletop Summit is really cool. Outside that little shortcut at the beginning of this track, there's not much to it other than that. But it's still fun. You can definitely get chaotic. You can definitely get chaotic on the on regular races with items and stuff. Alright, we got the penguin for Faraway Oasis up next here. Let's try and get to that. Again, another track that has some water on it. I don't think it's gonna affect the rating too much here. That's basically like an immediate shortcut there through the grass if you want. 2 different paths. More tricking off of just elevation like that, so that's fun. Lots of places to do rail grinds and even like wall jumps too. That's cool. The optimal path on this apparently is, yeah, that, going on the rail. Oh, what the? How did he jump so high there? What the heck? I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. Obligatory mushroom shortcut at the end. I wonder if you could do a wall jump right there even. I don't know. Some of these new racetracks are crazy. The things that you could potentially do on them. Things that are unintentional and intentional. I'm sure the freaking jump up to the top half. Oh, there we go. Wow, look at how many freaking tricks you can do off of that. It's crazy. Obviously, you could use a mushroom there if you want, but yeah, what the heck is going on there? You don't even need to adjust yourself because of that rail there, too. You can just kind of drive right into it and it'll recenter you. Dang. I mean, just based off of the optimal way of playing this track, this is actually like a lot more fun, right, than driving on it normally, but there's obviously animals on this track. It's kind of meant to be like the Savannah or Madagascar or whatever. But like, there's not really like animals getting in your way. But still, I really like the scenery, like the waterfall here reminds me of Koopa Cape. That's fun. And there's constant turns on this track too. There's not usually a lot of straightaways, and if there is, well then you can kind of do some rail grinding or tricks during those straightaways. They're still really fun. Yeah, I don't know, man. This one might be ranking a little bit higher. Probably gonna be in that insane tier along with Cheap Cheap Falls. I'm thinking, like at most it can only be insane because there isn't really a hazard, and you know, again, it's not always easy like in a race to do this right here, to get on that rail. But if you can't get on that rail, you kind of have to drive through the water, and that's not fun. Trying to do that turn there is, you're trying to do the turns there. They're both really sharp, and yeah, I think in the case of this map. I don't know. In my experience, it doesn't work as well as Cheap Cheap Falls, but it's still fun. It's still about as fun as Cheap Cheap Falls. Again, just because something's difficult doesn't mean it's bad. It's just, you know, you can affect it from going really high up, but I'd say probably optimal run of that is a lot more fun than Cheap Cheap Falls. I think that's the correct place for it. I still think Whistletop. And you just look at Whistletop Summit and you're like, wow, you know, you got something to constantly do to keep up your speed, to rail grind. Like, it plays like no other Mario Kart track before, that's for sure. It really shows off the uniqueness of Mario Kart World. So, we're gonna move on to Dino Jungle now. Holy crap, and we got the cow with the world record. Let's go. So, another fan favorite. I'm glad this track got in, for sure. This track immediately starts off with a really hard turn, so that's fun. Like, if you're just doing the one lap version of this during the intermission, it can be pretty hard to get through that. Going right through the legs of that dinosaur. You can jump off that dinosaur if you want. This is kind of like the new middle path of this one. It's still got like all three paths, but going on a dinosaur instead of like a narrow road's a lot more fun to me, I think. Oh dang, yeah, they do like a charge jump to get through the rest of the off-road there. That's fun. I mean, it's Dino Jungle. It's got a Jurassic Park theme this time, which is perfect. If you're gonna re-theme Dino Jungle in any way, shape, or form, I think that'd be the best way of going about it. Yeah, now the dinosaurs are moving, so wow, oh my god, you can trick off of the dinosaur's leg there, that's fun. Yeah, dinosaurs move around on each lap, so it's something different every single time, which is fun. You have to jump over the dinosaur this time, that's cool. In that middle section there, where you can take that shortcut, again, basically 3 different paths now instead of 2, which is fun. You can go on that rail. Wow, he's actually going to do it too, that's fun. He's going through it so fast that dinosaur's not even walking out, that's crazy. Yeah, the dinosaur's supposed to walk out on that last lap, but he's just going through it so quick. Yeah, you can see up there, you can go on that rail, jump up into that top section there with all those boost pads. That's a fun way to go too. There's that dinosaur, the T-Rex. Yeah, other than that, you got some hard to take turns. You've got boost panels everywhere. You got jump pads everywhere. It's Dino Jungle, and it's probably the best version of the track. Dino Jungle is already really cool and fun. So, what do you think? What do you think we should be giving this, huh? Should this be going all the way at the top? Look, what I'm gonna say is that if this were a music tier list, this would be going all the way up here. I don't know how, like, in every other Mario Kart game that Dino Jungle's been in, the music was just, like, always okay, but I don't know what they did to it in this game. It's got, like, some electric guitars in it, and I don't know, maybe just the beat is more pronounced. But, like, I jammed the freaking music in this track, dude. It is amazing. It's probably, without a doubt, like, it's saying something when I say it's one of my favorite tracks in the game, considering how amazing the music in this game is, but it's definitely, like, gotta be a top 3. Again, that's saying something when you got, like, Mario Galaxy remixes, you got Mario Odyssey remixes in the game, and this is still, like, standing out as one of the best songs in the game for me. Now, as a racetrack, again, as a racetrack, where is it gonna go? It's gotta be at the top somewhere, obviously. Just because I think it's got everything that that you would want. I think the dynamicness of it between each track, like, I feel like it could definitely go at the very top. I really do. Yeah, the question is, do I like it more than Airship Fortress? I'd say probably yeah. My dog's barking at something. What is the doggy barking at? I mean, I think this is pretty fair, bro. I really do. I really do think this is pretty fair. I know a lot of the retro tracks are getting at the very top, but it's like they brought them back and did so much to them that it's kind of insane. They're like fully... They were good before, besides like Wario Stadium, but they feel like fully realized versions of the tracks now. Like more fully realized than I ever thought they could be. So I don't know, they did a fantastic job with the retro tracks for me. I think it being at the very top for right now is fine. Again, maybe we can reevaluate things, but I think a lot of people would agree that this is one of the best tracks in the game for sure. Hey. Hey. You do not need that. You know what? While I check my Twitch chat real quick, I also need to go check on my dang dog who's just barking like something crazy's going on, so I'm gonna mute and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, need to get into Twitch here. Just real quick. I think this Twitch experiment so far is not going very well. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I have no reason not to multi-stream outside of the fact that aside of the fact that I'm getting bots like this. That's no fun. Am I showing my screen for this? That's kind of funny. Yeah, I am. Oh no, it's gonna be screenception now. Oh no. I don't know why I'm saying Summer Game Fest 2025 reaction. Hey buddy. Can I click on your name and... yeah, ban you? There we go. Wow. Can I change the title of my stream? Yeah, there you go. See, like, I changed the freaking title of this stuff in OBS, and I genuinely don't know if it like works or not. Apparently it does not. So I gotta, when I do new streams, every single time I start one, I need to check Twitch like straight away. Make sure everything is coming out correct. Okay, go back to this now. Oh crap. Everything's fine. I want to open this back up, but keep it like that. Get rid of that. Back to that. Okay, we're good now. The Dino Dino Jungle. Best track in the game. For right now. Right now. Right now I got the Great Question Block Ruins now. And again, when I first saw footage of this game, to like the Nintendo Experience stuff, I'm like, oh man, this track looks like it's going to be really fun, and definitely ended up being really fun, alright. Definitely in ways that I didn't expect, but yeah, starting straight off with cool little shortcuts. Alternate paths, one of them is, holy crap, through a wall run. Apparently that's a wall run too, though. That's crazy. Actually taking that rail, I don't think I've seen anybody do that, but yeah, it leads to a boost there, so fair enough. And then, yep, this is like the shortcut everybody knows about now. It's crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. He took that a bit of a different way than I've seen other people take it, but still basically the same thing. You jump off like the freaking ring onto the wall and try and get past the grassy terrain, past the boxes and stuff. It's really cool, man. This has a lot of like the same imagery from like the, I guess, Banana Temple from Jungle Hijinks. See, this is usually a path people take right here. Yes, because they can like jump off of that. Guess he must have took that first path for the coins again. But yeah, this track's super duper sick. I think, again, when you're just doing the one lap version with like intermissions, coming up to here is really freaking cool. And that just that little end jump is always really fun. But yeah, obviously, again, on the optimal path, it's really fun to race on. Even without doing the optimal path, it's still really fun no matter what. You've got lots of jumps, tricks, turns that you can take. Pretty perilous situations where you can fly off the map, and then of course at the very end you got the obligatory mushroom shortcut, but it's kind of hard to take because you kind of have to do a jump before you do that shortcut. So you kind of have to align yourself pretty good, and again, no matter what, it's a pretty sharp turn. where you got a mushroom or not, you could potentially screw yourself over. And definitely if you're trying to do like the optimal shortcuts, you could definitely really screw yourself over trying to get past that last turn. But I'd say that's probably one of the best tracks overall. I mean, no matter what, um, it races super duper well, of course, but again, theming wise, it's extremely fun. I think this one wowed me to the point where it's like somewhere up here. Like those shortcuts are insane. The shortcuts on this one are absolutely crazy. I feel like it being up here is pretty fair, and saying that it's like the best um, regular track so far is pretty fair. Electrodrome. Not like the best regular track, I mean the best new track is pretty fair. It's just got a lot going on. Sure doesn't have hazards. Again, I always like me some hazards, but there's just so many different paths that you can go on, man. So, in a way, again, the hazard of this track is how hard it can be to race on, so that's pretty cool. We go here next, we got the Pianta with the world record this time. Can I hear myself? I think I do hear myself in some way, shape, or form. It's probably my phone, because I was on it on my phone. Oh yeah, it's definitely my phone. That's funny. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I don't want to hear myself no more. So, yeah, another track with some water on it. Yikes. See how it affects things, though. Very nice track. It reminds me of some of the better tour tracks, just in terms of how it looks, right? I'm actually going through the water on this one. Okay. There's a lot of different paths on this one, though. A lot of them are pretty fun. You can go through the rails there. Whoa, you did like some kind of wall jump there somehow. That's fun. And you can just keep your momentum, jump off of those. I think that's really fun. You could do a wall run there, obviously, if you want to. I guess it's not the optimal path, but you could go from one rail to another on the left there, so that could be really fun. I don't know if you can get on top of that structure or not. Probably not. But yeah, I can like do a wall run to get on top of all those buildings up there, which is crazy, and then there's still anything that you could potentially do on that left path there. There's just a lot to this track as well. So I get like Toad Harbor vibes from this one too. The music's not as like good as Toad Harbor, I think, but not bad. I mean, it sounds more of like a Paris type of track. It's still nice and relaxing, but it's not like as energetic, I would say. You know, I like the energeticness of Toad Harbor's music. It still fits very well, though, all things considered. I don't know how he's getting some of these jumps here. It's crazy. So I think as oh, last lap we're just gonna do this, okay? Last lap optimizations, apparently. I don't know, but as a racetrack, there is definitely a lot going on here. The water definitely does not really affect things too much on this map. Usually when there is water, there's some open sections, or it's more open, I should say, so driving on it's not bad. And also, obviously, you can do the trick jumps to bounce from the water to the ground if you want, so yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Flying on that pillar like that is kind of crazy. Like, this seems like a really fun one to do an optimized run on, but again, even the unoptimal ones where you do like the crazy wall jump to the top section, like that's also extremely fun. So there's like multiple extremely fun paths to take on this one. I don't know if this is going to end up being a popular opinion, I'm sure not, but again, just my personal opinion, this one's like way up here somewhere. Probably like my second favorite in the game, honestly. It's just because, again, for how many different paths that you can take, and they're all super duper fun to drive on. Besides maybe like the last section where if you're just driving on the water, that's not really fun. It's just one big turn, and that's kind of it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, sometimes though, like spectacle does take factor into which ones get above other ones. Like Airship Fortress looks so freaking cool. Wario Stadium looks so freaking cool. And it's still got like some crazy shortcut pass, I guess, or optimal pass. Airship Fortress, like, the more and more I look at it seriously, the more I feel like it should be below Wario Stadium. I don't know what's going on with Wario Stadium. They put it on crack in this game. They really did. I think that's fair. Because, like, one criticism I had of, what was it? There's one track where, I think it was DK Spaceport, where I said, the rail grinding kind of eliminates the presence of the hazards, almost. Airship Fortress does that with, like, the bullet bills, not so much the fire pillars. If anything, the fire pillars are more dangerous because of the rail grinding, so that's cool. But yeah, I guess that the criticism still kind of applies, but I still really, really like the track for what it is. But man, I mean, like, it's kind of feeling like the stock of it's going down a little bit compared to these ones. Just, again, for how crazy this top 5 is, I feel like it's kind of warranted. Yeah. I'd say what puts Airship Fortress over Shy Guy Bazaar is probably just like, it doesn't have as many paths, I think, sure, but again, visually it's looking crazy, and overall it's just a harder track to race on in a normal race, I feel like. There are actual hazards and actual sharp turns that you gotta take, and I don't know. I think I'm feeling okay about that, but dude, like, all the tracks at the top are like so freaking cool. Like, the rankings are neck and neck. Like, I really wouldn't be surprised if you did say you like Shy Guy Bazaar better than Airship Fortress, but I think me personally, I probably like Airship Fortress better than Shy Guy Bazaar. But you could definitely make an argument to like move everything around within their own respective tiers. I think what I'm going with is probably what I'm going to stay with, potentially. I guess we'll see again. I could change my mind. So yeah, here's a world record from day 1, I think. I actually have one for once, and it's gotten 5 seconds faster since then. Holy guacamole. So DK Pass, more DS representation. Again, we got a ton of DS stuff in this game. Like, no GBA. And that is a little weird. A little weird. I'm not gonna complain though. DS is definitely got some of my favorite tracks in the series, for sure. So yeah, check this out. Pole jumped on. It doesn't make sense, but you can do it. And that's just like a fun little shortcut there. Other than that, is there any more? Oh my god. I was about to say, like, I don't know if there's really any more shortcuts on this freaking level outside of that, but yeah, no, there's definitely another big one there. Wow. And that's where they use the mushroom. See, I would have thought they would have used the mushroom where they did that wall run into the tricks on the trees and stuff. Figured that's where a mushroom would be used, but jeez, man. The shroomless cut, excuse me, just crazy. The second lap you got the snowball. It doesn't show up on the first lap, I guess. I want to see us again. So you gotta do a left trick and the right trick, and yeah, you just trick all over the place there. And you gotta have something that has high speed, and lots of weight like Bowser, so you can get through that off-road part relatively unscathed. That's pretty cool. Again, I don't know how many, like, doesn't seem like there's a lot of actual wall run opportunities. Seemingly there's like a rail on the left there, just before this section, so there's that. Yeah, I don't know, man. And there's like a lot of different paths you can take on that section there. It's a wide open section, but none of them are really like super optimal. And then you got, you know, the Alpine slide down there, I guess. Got some Shy Guys there. The Shy Guys, I think, can actually be hazards. Potentially at that ending section, just depending on what you're doing. But yeah, if you got like a mushroom there at the end, you're probably not going to have to deal with them. But if you don't, you might have to try and dodge them, actually. So yeah, I mean, it's the PS version, but it's a little nuttier. I think it's pretty dang good. I'll say probably it's got to be at least an insane, because like that one shortcut where you go on the wall is crazy. I'm still, yeah, I'm gonna put it like right there. It's probably good. But Faraway Oasis, dude, the freaking jump up to the top path through the water, that is insane. That still made me go like, holy crap. You know? So, I'm second guessing this one, I really am. Do I have it? No, I'm about to say I don't think I did turn it over. So here is DK Pass right here. I put it above Shy Guy Falls. Shy Guy Falls. That's a different game, you dingleberry. I have it above Cheep Cheep Falls, but not above Faraway Oasis, I think. Yeah. I think that's pretty fair. I think Faraway Oasis is a bit more of a dynamic track. But yeah, I'm second guessing where this one is. Salty Speedway. Right, that is what this one's called. I feel like I should stand by it though. Salty Speedway. It just looks nice. It has a lot of different paths. You go through it, like, you go through the track in a very unique way, man. You really do. And there's so many cool little paths that you can take on it. Like, I feel like some of these ones at the top are only hype because of the crazy, like, stunts that you can do on them, the crazy shortcuts you can do. But, like, then there's things, like, I feel like Salty Speedway is in the same tiers, like, Bowser's Castle and, DK Spaceport, where they're just really solid, solidly executed ideas that have genuinely, gosh, I can't talk, fun racing on them. But like Salty Speedway also has lots of different paths to take. I don't think Bowser's Castle and DK Spaceport have that. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with that rating for it, I think. I'm pretty confident in that. Starview Peak. Definitely Peak. Just in the visual department again. If you ask me what's the top 3 best looking tracks in this game, this is probably like number 3. I would say Bowser's Castle's number 2. Oh, I'm driving. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm just gonna quit out altogether. And then the number 1 prettiest looking track in this game is definitely Rainbow Road, without a shadow of the doubt. Of a doubt. So, You Ghost. This one. Here we go. It's great. It's great, and I'm sure at night this looks really good too, but everything in time trials is during the day, which is kind of sad. Even though this looks really great, how is it as a racetrack? I think it's pretty dang good. Obviously, it takes a lot of pointers from Ice Ice Outpost. Like the two different paths that are green and yellow. So, don't think that's a bad thing. That's pretty fun. And with the addition of grind rails, there's some more opportunities to do some fun stuff. But yeah, a little water section here. Big wide roads. Obviously, oh snap! Yeah, I never thought about doing that, but that makes a lot of sense. I wonder why I didn't go on the rail again. Maybe, oh yeah, you do go. Like, you have that turbo mode on the ground there, so maybe it's actually better to not go on the rails so that you keep that turbo, I guess. Yeah, going through like the Comet Observatory, like all the different structures of it, is really cool and fun. Going through the rings is pretty fun. They're kind of out of the way, but it's fun to do them. You kind of just drive through that. Last little jump's really fun. Basically, like go through that library. Yeah, it's a racetrack. It's pretty fine. You got your one big turn at the beginning. Another big turn to get to the water section, and water section is what it is. Just a big open thing. Nothing crazy. Looks very, very good though. Looks really, really good. I think this one shortcut is pretty cool. It's like a shortcut within a shortcut. That's pretty sweet. I like it. I like it. I don't think it's anything crazy, but I like it. It's probably gonna go in great somewhere. Let's throw it. It's gonna be a high grade. Let's throw it here. I think that's pretty alright. I don't think I have much more to say. Ah, but Mario Bros. Circuit is so good. Like, Mario Bros. Circuit is genuinely pretty good. It's just got, again, all those multiple paths is kind of what does it for Mario Bros. Circuit for me, I think. But, yeah, I think just because of that, it's more interesting to race on. More fun to experiment with. There's not a lot to experiment with on this track. It's just pretty solid. So I think having it like basically right in the middle of every track in this game is pretty dang fair. Alright. Then we got Sky High Sunday. Yeah, only 4 more. It's cool. 2 hours of streaming? That's crazy. Sky High Sunday. One of the worst tracks, if not the worst track. I think, in my opinion, it's the worst track in Mario Kart 8. I think when I did my ranking, it was the worst. I'm not sure though. Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! And then yeah, in this game, you just immediately do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Drive through the chocolate still. Make sure he jumps to the middle of that. That's fun. Say, oh yeah, that is a rail, isn't it? That's fun. So it's still kind of like that oval structure, but there is definitely more going on in this track. This is like the optimal way. You can drive on the walls here, jump between. There's 2 little gaps there, which is fun, exhilarating for sure. Visually, this just looks so much better too than Mario Kart 8 version. That helps, but yeah, you actually got like a right path there if you want. You can take a rail, cut through there or not. There's like a path way on the right there. I don't know if anybody goes on that. I don't even, that might be like an outbounds thing. I don't think it is, but yeah. There's like a middle path there. There's like a, kind of like two middle paths. There's like an upper part and a lower part, so that's cool. One of them requires like a mushroom to get through the boxes that are blocking the way. That's fun. Why did I just like do a wet fart there? What was that? I swear I just heard, unless I'm like insane. I think I might be insane, actually. Yeah, I think I am insane. I think that's just like the car making that noise. Oops. Yeah, so a huge improvement, like huge improvement from the Mario Kart 8 version here, for sure. A lot more fun, a lot more things that you can digest and experiment with. You know, I think it visually fits in this game. That definitely helps. You're not just like going through rails and getting boosts off of them. It's just extremely weird. Mario Kart 8, how that looked. So, I think it's like a solid track. I'd probably throw it like probably somewhere in here. Probably. I don't know, man, but it looks pretty fun to race on. That's the thing. Just in terms of how many like jumps and stuff you can do on it, it actually does seem like it's pretty fun to race on, all things considered. Let's go ahead, let's put it here. Like right above Rosalina. I think that's fair. I do. At the end of the day, it's still one big old oval, but there's a lot of ways you can jump around on the track now and go to different paths. So like, it's fun. It's fun. Wario Shipyard next. Gotta be honest. Gotta be honest. This is probably like, not visually, although I still do like the visuals of the 3DS one a lot. This just kind of goes for like a different theming like it does for the other retro tracks. But I say this is definitely one of the most downgraded retros in the game. That kind of sucks. There is still some cool stuff to it though, don't get me wrong. There definitely is. But this is definitely one where racing on the water feels like crap. Out of all the water tracks, I think it's just because there's so much water to it. It just doesn't feel good. So, oh, dang, look at this though. Yeah, you can do all kinds of tricks. Instead of driving on the road there, that's fun. You go on the rail there, that's fun too. This guy's making this track look a lot more fun than how I drive on it. That's a fun little cut there too, I like that. Yeah, this track in the middle of the day looks pretty weird, I must say. But yeah, like that path on the left there, if you do a jump, you can like barely get on that, so that's fun. The little ship hand could be somewhat of a hazard. Just one thing I don't like about this track is that if you do take that inner, or I guess, yeah, it's more of an outer path there, where that axe is swinging, or what? Not why am I calling it an axe? It's because freaking axe has an anchor. Axe the character. From Stone Party. Where the anchor is swinging. I am seeing your chat. Hello. Hello, Fid Murphy. Yeah, we're swinging right there. If you take that right path there, I don't know why, but if you take it, the turn after is a lot harder to pull off, and it's just not really worth ever taking that pass. So I don't like that aspect of this track where it gives you an alternate path, but it's actually like a detrimental thing. What the heck? That's fun. Doing good. Just hanging out here watching all these world records. You know, all things considered, again, pretty like vanilla run of that, so nothing too special going on, just a couple of cool little, like one cool mushroom spot, one cool rail grind spot at the end there, and one cool wall run in like the middle of the track. I think that makes for a pretty solid track overall. I would still probably put it like a little bit lower just because of the water physics in this game. They're just not super fun to deal with, again, outside of like jumping around. So let's did I switch screens? So I did not. I'm feeling like it should be like right here. I think it's better than Moo Moo for sure. It has a little more going on than Moo Moo Meadows, but not a ton. Just a couple more cool things, like one or two more cool things you can do here and there. Maybe even better than this track, this Rosalina one. I'd say so, yeah. I think that's fair. I'd say, it's probably we could get rid of that one. You stream daily? No, I do not. I do not. I have a full-time job, so I kind of just stream on the days I'm off, but I still try to stream semi-consistently, but I'm mainly like a YouTube guy. I'm just like multi-streaming right now, so you can find me at Cowbunger on YouTube. Get a variety of content, mainly platform fighting game content, but I really like kart racers too, so I'll be making a little bit more content of this game, I'm sure, including like probably like a proper review of this at some point. There's a lot to this game. Okay, that's a skip. So I think, yeah, for this track, this is one of the tracks that have like 3 different laps on it for each lap. Each lap is something different. So that's fun. Just completely avoid the cataquacks, I guess, but it's fun that the cataquacks are here. This is not really like a track I would have picked to come back, but I'm kind of glad that it is back anyway. I'll take it, especially with this added section here. Ooh, that's a fun little cut there too. Yeah, they just added this whole new section to this track, which is just crazy. It has a lot of different elevations to it, which is fun. Lots of different things. You got like the left path, middle path. Oh, I didn't even know that was a cut. Wow, okay. You get the right pass pretty much pretty consistently throughout this whole entire track. Got all different ways to go. This is probably going to be the most boring part of it right here, the water section here. He's just driving straight through everything. And then you get to the mushroom, there you go. Big tight turn right there. Then just more driving straight. When I first drove on this track, I definitely said that this was one of my favorite tracks in the game, but I don't know, yeah, that last section's kind of lame, I'm not gonna lie. I do like, you know, the first and second lap quite a bit, but especially the second lap, I really like the second lap of this map, but yeah, I don't know. That one's probably not gonna rank super duper highly. Let me see. 'Cause there's not really like any insane optimized cuts in that one. It's just pretty bog standard. You use your mushroom where the boxes are, and then you profit. But yeah, that second section is pretty fun. I think I could probably throw it at least here. At least right here. Because like the dandelion track has like a water section too, but I just think it's a little more engaging. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. Think I'm okay with this. It's just that the second lap is like up here somewhere, but then the first and third kind of drag it down quite a bit, I think. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Finally, we've got Rainbow Road, the last one for today. Let's see. I don't think I showed where it's at. It's right here. There we go. Thank you for the follow. I'm probably gonna stream more than just Mario Kart World. Yes, I usually just, if I'm streaming, it's probably gonna be like a new release game. So probably like besides Mario Kart World, when Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out, I'm definitely gonna be streaming that quite a bit. After that, what's a game that's coming out after Bonanza that I want to play? I don't know. I mean, a lot of stuff coming out for Switch 2 I want to stream, so I'll pretty consistently be streaming Nintendo stuff if you like Nintendo games. Yeah, I don't know. Not much else I stream other than that, probably. Every now and then there might be like an indie game or something that catches my eye. I need to play, what's it called when it comes out? I need to play, I think it's called, I don't know, but it's like a kart racer. It's an indie game. It plays like Crash Team Racing. That looks really good. I want to give that a shot at some point too, for sure. So another kart racer, but here's Rainbow Road. This is a very memorable Rainbow Road, that's for sure. Lots of cool visual moments on this Rainbow Road. Lots of fun little bumps and turns too, of course. And obviously the biggest thing about this Rainbow Road is that it's a long, like, 5-lap race. At least you play it in Grand Prix. I guess this is just 4 laps in time trials. Two different paths here, excuse me. Oh snap, you can jump from there to there, dude. I kind of like sensed that was gonna happen, but I didn't know that was a thing. That's fun. Yeah, this is like a very interesting part of Rainbow Road. I probably could have lived without this part of the map. It's not bad though. Not bad at all. Are we gonna use 2 mushrooms here? I think so. No, he's not taking that path. Yeah. There's the choo-choo train. I love choo-choo trains. But it's cool. I mean, going like to a different planet back on the road is a pretty cool idea, all things considered. Yeah, I mean, it's a Rainbow Road. You got your twists and turns. I love like these little like shooting stars that you follow as you go through different sections too. Like visually, this Rainbow Road is absolutely insane. Again, by far, it's kind of crazy to say by far considering. Okay, yeah, that's the cut there. Cool. How great this game looks a lot of the time, but this is like by far the best looking Mario Kart stage ever. Like to me, it's not even close, bro. There's so many cool little freaking details on this one. This is like a homage to SNES Rainbow Road. Really, you get a lot of different homages to a lot of different Rainbow Roads in this Rainbow Road between the choo-choo train and that section there. That's kind of referencing both Mario Kart 8s and SNES Rainbow Road. I don't know, I mean, this is crazy looking. Crazy looking section right here. Looks so cool. Like you're looking down on the world, driving downwards and just see everything, see the clouds from a upper view, shooting stars everywhere. That turned pretty sharp there. Yeah, like how the rainbow roads are just kind of like segmented and it's like, I don't know, getting like rainbow fragments. Like it's almost like building itself or something. Like it's just cool looking, man. It looks really, really cool. It's got like the rainbow energy inside of it. Yeah, lots of turns. Choo-choo trains holding everybody, that's fun. Oh wow, look at that. Just like a tiny little optimized jump there, that's funny. But yeah, you did still pretty like sanitary track, all things considered, when you compare it to a lot of the other tracks again, just because there's mainly like no walls or rails, right? It kind of follows the other Rainbow Roads where there's just nothing stopping you from getting flung off the stage if you're not good at driving, basically. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of Rainbow Roads in the past that feel pretty like perilous. I feel like, oh yeah, I have a very real chance of flying off this track. Like Mario Kart Wii feels that way, on the Wii specifically. I'd say Mario Kart DS kind of feels like that at times, not really. The Super Circuit one definitely feels that way. SNES feels that way. This one doesn't really have that though, I don't know, like, sure there's lots of turns to take, but none of them feel like there's something that, where they're like hard to take. Like the roads are not narrow enough for me to feel like I'm ever gonna fall off. I guess that's not really what Rainbow Road is about, of course. Rainbow Road's become more of a spectacle than like this last big challenge. But yeah, I don't know. I still wish it kinda could be both in a way, but I guess for how many racers there are in this game, you just can't really, you can't have roads that are too narrow. Like this is probably like as narrow as it gets right there. So I could see somebody falling off of the roads in this section, I guess. Again, this is probably about as hard as it gets right there. Still not too hard to screw that up. The 90-degree turns in this section, I guess, can be pretty hard. You're not gonna fall off of anything, but you could potentially like bounce off of walls and stuff, so. I don't know, I haven't had any difficulty with it any time I've driven on it, so I'm gonna say that sure, this is a great Rainbow Road, but in terms of difficulty, not quite there. But a lot of people have said that like Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road is their favorite, and that one's not super difficult either, so again, I don't think difficulty is everything with these Rainbow Roads. There's some big flumps though. Yeah, it's definitely, it's still, I would say it's still a test. I think it still kind of has the spirit of other Rainbow Roads. So, let me think. I'd say, have I switched screens? I have not. It's a tough one because it's definitely like a good Rainbow Road. It's like a top 3 Rainbow Road. But where does it rank among everything else in this game, bro? Like, that is tough. I think visually it's definitely going above a lot of the ones in here. Like I would just say probably like the top of insane, because visually it's insane, but as a racetrack it's like you know, it's really good, it's really solid, but it's not doing anything I haven't necessarily seen before, right? It's not doing anything that again, it's like more of a homage to the other Mario Kart, Rainbow Roads than anything else. So like it executes that idea really good, really well. But yeah, not doing anything super unique. Still probably like a top 3 Rainbow Road though. So I think that's a fair placement for it. I think everything above it either has some like really unique theming that we've never quite seen before, or has, you know what, maybe I should do that. Or it just has some stuff that's really, really cool. Like this has the spectacle and it has some cool shortcuts. And then everything else here just does something unique that I really, really like. Or just has some insane shortcut potential or rail grinding potential. Like, just shows off what this game is all about. Like, believe it or not, as a racetrack, I don't think Rainbow Road exactly shows off what makes this game unique. It feels more of like a Mario Kart 8 sterile Rainbow Road to me. So, I think everything above there definitely does, so. You have any other hobbies other than this? I make art. I do make art. So there's that. I'll animate from time to time. I used to do a lot more, but animation's hard. So I'll kind of draw stuff. That's really about it. Play games, draw, stream. Those are the main things that I like to do. So all activities that involve me sitting alone and concentrating really hard. Video editing, obviously, too. I like doing that. So, those are the main ones. What do you say, guys? You say we actually play the game now? I could probably play the game for like a couple minutes here. Let's do it, why not? I do regular races. Again, just in case of maybe I change my mind about something on the tier list at some point. I'm not gonna play as Cow because I want to get some of these costumes potentially. I don't know which ones I'm missing really. I feel like I've got a lot of them, but then there's just like one I'm missing for like each character. I don't know which bag of food I need to grab. But yeah, I'm gonna try. You know what? He's like a bigger character that I still need a costume for. Can I use like King Boo or something? Yeah. Let's grab King Boo. So I like King Boo. And I want to use this like Bowser thing here. I want to see how that looks. I unlocked it a while ago, but I never really used it before. But yeah, this is actually a good way to get your costumes. You just stand in the middle of Peach Stadium here and just use all these different things here. But obviously, this does not cover everything, and still need to go out of your way to try and find more of the bags of food. Super Horn, no way. I'd say like the only track I don't like in this game is the Peach Stadium variant. That's just a rectangle here where you just like drive around this part and then go up through the middle, and that's the end of the race. Like, that sucks. Is there anybody else in here with me? Oh yeah, there definitely is. Whoa, what did I just do? Boys, I'm finding tech. Not even trying. That's Most of the freaking clips I'm seeing on Twitter is like, I just discovered some new tech, and it's like some dude flying off the freaking map, but then saving himself somehow. You know, just completely unintentionally and acting like, oh yeah, that was definitely intentional or something, or like just acting like they weren't like flailing around. And basically just I don't know, driving poorly, but then saving themselves in some crazy way. I don't know where I need to go to get different costumes. I really don't. The hell is this song? Is this not from like the CDI Mario game? Am I going insane? Did they really add CDI Mario music to this? There's no way. This has to be from something else. I think I might be going insane. Is that just... Is that like the... Is that like the overworld theme from Mario World? Yeah, I feel like that's one of those weird games. That's one of those weird ones. That's gotta be one of those obscure songs. Yeah, I don't know. I drive around a lot in this game, and I just can't tell you which. Like, obviously the Yoshi burger stands are like color coded, so like if you haven't eaten like a certain color or certain item from a certain colored Yoshi thing, then that's like the one that you're missing, right? But I just don't know. I don't know what I'm missing. It feels like I've eaten at every single Yoshi joint, and I still don't really get anything. You know? Alright, let's see what we can do here. Apparently, again, we've seen all the optimal paths now, so I'm gonna attempt to do them maybe. Maybe. Oh crap, well, didn't do that one right. Holy crap, I jumped on that dude, and apparently I got hurt for it. Oh, it's going great. Oh, it's going so great. It's going amazingly right now. Alright, take that, fool. Going up here. I'm gonna do this right, okay? Or not. Dude, is it like a weight-dependent thing? Am I just not allowed to do that if I'm fat? Am I just not allowed? What the heck's going on here? Dude, I couldn't jump because somebody just like bumped into me. What the heck? Why does bumping into me change the fact that... I don't know, bro. I don't know why bumping into somebody would change how I am able to do things. That's really silly. Alright, get wrecked, everybody. Got your items? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah, let's see. Do I need to do it earlier? I do. And I still miss it anyway, somehow. That's really dumb. Tell you, man, the timings on stuff, you gotta get used to it. Scary. Stop bumping into me and knocking me off the rails, you jerks! Guys are meanie heads, and you deserve timeout. Oh my god. Why, like, what's up with this car? Like, I feel like I'm missing stuff because of the car I'm driving, specifically. I don't know. There we go. And jump over that. No, dude, no. No, maybe I should have just played it safe there. I gotta learn the optimal pass, bro. I gotta become the Mario Kart master. That was dumb. Alright, well, I wanted to try this car. I wanted to try King Boo, and now we're never doing that ever again. I feel too fat. I feel too fat. So let's switch to, like, Mario at least. And, could use the little Dumpy because it has a funny name. How does this car feel? Ah, no, I still don't think I really like the handling on this one. I could be a jerk and just use the, what's it called? I could just use the looper car, whatever that one is. I usually like riding on bikes though, I mean... Hyper pipe? I'm gonna use it. Why not? Ah! I'm falling! Brother, I am a graphic designer, so take no offense to a no, but I can do custom graphics myself. If I really want to. I'm choosing not to with my streams. I don't need like a layout or anything just yet. I feel like maybe if I get a little more popular and, you know, I have a pretty consistent chat flow, then I can think about having the chat on screen, but for now, yeah. Because the main thing I need is mods for when there's bad messages that pop up. Right? I actually like this, I like this bike quite a bit actually. Has good handling on it. Oh my god, okay. So apparently I'm bad at the game. I really like the handling on this thing. I might be a pipe main, might be a piper. What the heck are you doing, Luigi? Oh, I'm gonna bounce it off of that. Yeah, you guys just gotta get close, don't you? You can't just leave enough alone. I was gonna get red shelled anyway. I'm in second place. Why does it feel like I'm in the middle of the pack? I am just getting pelted at me. Alright, well, it's about to say somebody's gonna get hit by the shell, but I guess not. Bruh, what? Okay, then. Ooh, yeah, there's a freaking football. Whoop. I'm gonna try. Okay, nope, I didn't get that. Double item box. I feel like there's gotta, yeah, there definitely is a cut right here. This is the one they take in the world records and stuff, I think. Please turn, what are you doing? What? I initiated a drift and then it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Like, that made no sense at all. Okay, well, I'm definitely screwed. I'm gonna probably get like 5th at best here. We'll see. This is a big cut right here. Pretty decently big cut. Oh my god, of course I'm like flying around like a monkey. Okay, yep, I think I'm calling it 5th. Never mind, 12th. 12th, sure. Apparently I got affected by that 10 times more than everybody else on the track for some reason. Okay then. I'm losing all the points today apparently, as soon as I get on stream. Now I'm gonna stick with this hyper pipe. I feel like I can make it work. As you can see, I have explored the levels a little bit. A little bit. I've gotten some of the pushing blocks and P switches, but nowhere near all of them. Can't wait. They've got to do an update where you can keep track of the P switches and stuff, like all the collectibles within the open world. What is going on up here? Like, oh, of course, yeah, I can't do that. Excuse me for wanting to explore for a second there. God forbid in the open world game I try to explore. I would say, like, what's up with this upper path? Can you even go up here without... I don't know. I kind of doubt it. Go up there normally. That's what I was wondering. Ooh, hello there. This is something new. Yeah, let's go. Like, so this is like a Black Yoshi, and I feel like I've eaten stuff from a Black Yoshi already, so I should not get a new costume, and I don't. Like, I don't know which ones I'm missing, bro. I really don't. I have no idea. Alright, this on its own. Cool. Hi, Ava. I'm having a good day, yeah. Fun day of Mario Karting. See how it goes. Just depending on which place I get, I may not have a good day. Depending on how Mario Karted I get. Oh my god, yeah. Tough turns. Tough turns on this one. I'm bad. Apparently. Alright, so the optimal path is here, right? I think so. And then you jump off of that, and then you jump off of here somehow. Ooh, ooh. Everybody's trying to do shortcuts, that's hilarious. Okay, yeah, but I definitely need to go more on the left there. Definitely more on the left. I'm just gonna kind of keep these mushrooms, I think. I'll use them once I get off of here. Maybe see if that helps. Doesn't look like it helps, no. Okay, they cut through there a little bit. I don't know, I'm about to say... Bro. Yeah, that turns a lot harder than I thought. I wonder if I should even trick there. I don't think I should, because, like, how am I gonna make the turn otherwise? Like, the handling on this thing's really good. I should not be missing these turns this bad, you know? Ah, crap. No! I hate it. This game's so hard. It's too hard, man. Too hard. It's only for the pro gamers. Baby game turned pro game. Yeah, this is one that I'm still, I guess, actively learning, obviously, because my god. Hi, YouTuber. What the heck? Dude, why did I just, like, get flung off the rail? I didn't jump off that rail, I just got flung off of it. What the heck? Okay, I'm not jumping off of there anymore. No matter how I take that turn, I just can't do it. Must be, like, actually bad to try and, you know, try and take that jump. Oh, I tried so hard. It's such a weird angle. It's such a weird angle to try and just take the wall. I don't care, I'm going this way. I have no reason to even try. Am I last in this lobby? I think I am. I almost got last there. Somebody must have fell off the map, apparently. Other games do you usually play? If I'm gonna stream something, it's probably just gonna be other Nintendo games. Like if I stream, I just I stream like the new releases of stuff. Again, mostly Nintendo. Maybe every now and then I'll go out of the Nintendo realm. Like, obviously I'll play Donkey Kong Bonanza, Metroid Prime 4. I'll play I'll play Kirby Air Riders when that comes out. What else? I'm thinking there's something outside of Nintendo. It would probably be. Guess I'll go on that. That's fine. As long as it's the regular 3-map structure, I'm cool. I'll probably play like Resident Evil when that comes out, the new Resident Evil. That's pretty much like the only non-Nintendo game that I am currently looking forward to, I think. I can't really think of any other like new releases that have caught my eye, to be honest. Maybe again, indie game will pop up out of nowhere. I hear something about, maybe I won't play it, but I don't know. I think the game I was thinking about earlier, the kart racers, called the Karters or just something like that. Like I want to try that game. But yeah, that's really about it. Got 2 YouTubers fighting against each other here. Who's gonna win? Thank you. Thank you. I like this music. I like it a lot. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do some kind of ranking on the OST, but that's probably gonna take like multiple days or like 8 hours or something crazy like that. Alright. Oh crap. I'm fine. Fine. I guess I'm taking this. I don't know. I've gotten so paranoid about trying to take double mushrooms. I'm seeing a lot of items thrown. I'm just gonna jump a lot and hopefully that stops me from getting hit by things. Woo-wee! Ooh, here's one that I might not have gotten before. God dang it. Let's see, Red Yoshi? Yep, I've gotten that one already apparently. See, if I went for that double item box, I wouldn't have gotten it. She would have gotten it, man. Ooh, hello. Bye-bye first place. You're not allowed to have fun anymore. God dang it. Oh, okay. I dodged the lightning, I guess. Where am I supposed to be going, video game? Excuse me? That was confusing. Alright, here's one of my favorite tracks in the game. I'm gonna squish everybody. Is that 5? Is that 4 or 5? I have no idea. I keep getting bumped into. You guys leave me alone. Go get him. Yeah, of course. Oh crap. That's it. I had no chance of getting first at any point during that. No point. People just like run into your items so freaking much in this game. Like even if I got like triple shells and I want to throw them and want to move forward, I literally can't because there's somebody up my butt like just getting rid of all of my shells because they're like a freaking moth to a flame. They just fly straight towards something that's gonna like hurt them and put them all away in last place for like no reason. So it's crazy. I don't know. Play a lot of Persona, Apex, Minecraft, Fortnite. That's cool. I haven't played Apex in a long time. I never really disliked the game, but I just don't really like battle royales usually. The battle royale in this game's kind of fun. Like the knockout tour is a battle royale type of mode, and I do like it. So yeah, I was never big into Fortnite. I probably out of all the battle royales, I liked Apex the most. Because it's got like that Titanfall DNA. I really like Titanfall 2. I wouldn't say I like Minecraft all that much. I do have a video on my YouTube channel at Cowbunger on YouTube. Uh, I made one recently of Minecraft and Smash Ultimate. I talk about his moveset, how much I like it and stuff. If you're interested in stuff like that. Persona. I played a little bit of Persona 5, and I swear to God, it's gonna sound weird, but like, I almost got like anxiety from that game just from doing everyday stuff that you do, like having a job, and just like just a general sense of like keeping time and stuff, going to school. Like, I don't know why, but I genuinely got like anxiety from having to do stuff like that. So I don't know, apparently I just don't like being an adult or something, I don't know. Doing adult things. Yeah, I can't do that shortcut. I don't have it down just yet. Bro, why did I bounce off the freaking thing there? That's crazy. Of course, I only have a coin on first. Of course, I get first for once. And, you know, surprisingly, I didn't get hit with anything there. That's a miracle in of itself. Just getting bad items at first. God dang it, dude. See, like, I just went straight forward there. And I swear, dude, I went forward and my car veered to the left. Like, I do not like how the gliders control in this game. They feel so off. Like, it's not how this stuff should work. God dang it. I'm trying to be fancy. And it's just not working. I feel like I want to be around this placement anyway, because I'll get better items here, surely. Surely. I guess not. Bro! Okay, but the dude behind me can get triple red shells and throw 5 billion on that at me, though. That's fine, I guess. Like getting to that rail is like impossible for me. I don't know how other people are doing that. I really don't. You go off just a little bit and you're out of bounds. It just doesn't feel worth doing in like a normal race. I don't know. I've done nothing but lose points. I gotta win a match. Lisa, I am also an artist. I can do custom stuff for the Twitch channel if I wanted to, but Twitch is not my main platform. I just multi-stream on Twitch for the sake of it. I'm more like involved in the YouTube aspect of things. So if I need something done, if I feel like getting something done, I will probably do it myself. Probably. As a matter of fact, I could work on that now, because it's seeming like the Twitch chat is actually more active than the YouTube one. So I think maybe multi-streaming on Twitch will pay off here. But I don't think I'm gonna take streaming as seriously as video making. I just like doing the video making more. So you can ask me whatever you want. Okay. Also, another intermediate track that I'm probably not gonna get first on, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm gonna try and be safe this time, okay? I'll be a lame-o and not try and be like optimal Andy here. Ugh. It's really hard to do charge jumps in this game too. Like, I don't know, I'll go for a charge jump, but if I press left or right just very slightly, you're screwed, man. Like, you don't... okay then. You just don't, You don't get a charge jump, you'll get a freaking a drift instead. Thank you, brain. Appreciate you. That's gotta be a pretty slow path there, honestly. I'm gonna do this and go really fast now. Okay, let's do it now. Let's do it. Yeah, there we go. I did it. I did the funny. I'm just gonna blow past you so I don't get hit by one of them bananas. Don't know why I didn't jump there, but okay. Just gonna keep these bananas. Somebody's gonna run into them. Okay then, sure. Discord. Holy crap, holy crap. Why did any of that just happen? Why is this game so hard? Why do I have a freaking horn at 11th place as well? I could not for the jump that time. Can't help it. Swear to God, you YouTuber, if you use that. Okay, no, I'm gonna get freaking. Oh my God, I'm gonna get boomeranged instead. Yeah, there we go. There's another one. Did you have to throw it at me every single time? Huh? Did you really have to? God dang. God dang, bro. I can actually stay on the track this time. It's a miracle. As soon as I say that, I go off the track. But... oh my God! Third? Dude, that's not fair. Oh, I still got third, okay. I thought he got past me just barely. Okay, I'll take third. Third's cool. I can do it. I can do that. I consider it a win. Holy crap, what's going on up there? How do I get up there? Get that. Ugh. Do a donut. God dang it. Okay, let's go around, I guess. I think I could probably go around. What's with all those jumps right there? Oh God. I'll try and hurry up a little bit. Okay, so... can I jump off of there? Oh, but it won't let me. Okay, yeah, I must have to go on this little ledge here. Okay. Maybe, maybe? No, I have to go over there somehow. How do I do it? What the hecky? Oh, it's this one here. Oh! Oh crap, I didn't think that one would be there, and of course I like fall 50 feet now. I thought I'd have to like jump to it, but I'm dumb. Ooh, green Yoshi? Do I get a new costume? No. Moo Moo Meadows, who's picking this crap? I didn't think Moo Moo. No, Moo Moo was one of the options, okay. You know, something I didn't talk about this whole time, by the way, is the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct that happened. I would have done my live reaction for that if I knew it was going to actually be a good Direct, because I kind of just figured, like, okay, they're probably not going to reveal a ton about it just based on how the Direct for this freaking game went, but no, of course, they revealed a metric crap ton of stuff instead, because of course they did. I figured, you know, Donkey Kong Bonanza has more to hide, but I still didn't. I wasn't putting a lot of stock into the Direct, and I definitely should have put more stock into it for sure. That was fun. I feel so slow while I have the star. Look how much faster you go without the star. Like, the Mega Mushroom's the new star in this freaking game, bro. Whoop. Whoop. Try and go where everybody gets their items, yeah, and then I can't hit them with stuff. Ooh, this has potential to be kind of crazy. Watch this. Yeah! Oh, I didn't get that Yoshi though, he's still invisible. Got Daisy though, because I'm just a beast like that. I really didn't have a choice besides getting hit by that car there, bro. Crazy. Oh my god, a freaking blue shell in 5th place. That's kind of funny. I gotta look behind me more because people just love throwing items at you. Whoop, speaking of throwing items. Hi, buddy. Just know that is what's coming after you. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Where you at? I think it was Donkey Kong. You're gonna die. I hit Daisy instead. I'm sorry, Daisy. You were in the way. Collateral damage. God dang. Okay, give me that, yes. I need coins. Give me all them coins, son. I'm gonna try and do a funny right now. Good enough. Good enough. Let's go. Yeah, I think that's all I can pretty safely do there. Crap. Being bumped around so I can't get anything, and then, yeah. Whoop. Maybe simply do not run into me. Do not get hurt. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to bank on the fact of getting something there. 5th? Probably 6th. It was 5th. Okay, I'll take 5th. Snap, I missed the question. Which game do you think is best in the world? Hey, my current favorite is probably Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Probably. That's not a very popular opinion, but I really love that game. I have a playthrough of it on YouTube. I don't think it's a public one though. I have like a channel membership. You watch it through that. Hi, Toad. Sorry to barge right into you there, buddy. Most people are picking random. It's kind of sad. It's the only way you get the regular 3-lap structure, and I don't hate the intermissions in this game, but I definitely like the 3-lap structure a lot more. Jeez, why is it so hard to do? Gosh, I want to be good at the video game. This is just a huge skill ceiling to this game, man. They really picked one of the ones that was not random. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh snap. Best song ever's playing. No lyrics on it though, kinda sad. Oh, get away from me, you fatty. Hey, I want your boost, thank you. That's right, I took your item box. For once, I'm taking it away from somebody else instead of somebody taking it from me. There's cows everywhere, getting ran over. Hi, buddy. Yeah, you guys just love... Dude, just get out of here! Like, are you just... Seriously, like moths to a flame, bro. They just love getting hit by things that they do not have to get hit by. It's insane. Like, seriously, it's much more effective in this game, I feel like, to just hold on to items just as like slam into people like that than anything else. Oh, there's another chance to shortcut everybody. Goodbye. My planet needs me. Planet Mario. On Mario Circuit. I don't think anybody's got shells. I hear him though. Oh god, there's one. Hello, shell. Why do I have no coins? It's kind of silly. Don't you dare. Oh, I thought a freaking shell was coming after me, dude. Yeah, now one's coming after me. Now the indicator actually tells me. Oh my god. Of course, dude, why is it that every single time somebody's behind me, they have triple red shells? Like, does this game hate me or something? I'm starting to think it does. Literally every single time, bro. And then, okay, yeah, it was like 2-second long lap there. That's why I don't like these intermission things that much, because you get to the actual race course and it lasts like 2 milliseconds sometimes. It's kind of annoying. Like, why was that not every track at one? Bruh. Oh, you got AIR in your... Yeah, you're gone. You're gone. That's an instant way to make me just not like you. As an actual artist. You tell me you're an artist and I see AIR in your profile picture, you are like done. Insta-ban. Insta-ban. Do I have to look out to the other person who said they were an artist now? Do I have to look into you? Are you artists really artists, or... Ava, I think you're okay. I think you can live. How about you, Amara Rose? I don't know, I can't tell. I could definitely tell with Lisa. Lisa was not a real artist. And also just me in general saying I could do it myself. And you pushing it is also kind of annoying just in general, but... Oh my god, guys, please stop bumping into me so I can get on the rail. Why can't I have fun? Why are you guys the anti-fun people? Come on now. Oh my god, the game just doesn't work. What the hell? I got confused. I got confused. It's over. I got confused. Dude, I literally saw people play on this track too. I got confused. I got confused. The heck, dude? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how I did that, but I did. I managed to do it. Ooh, hello, lights of coins. Okay. Hi, Boom Boom. What are you doing there? Is there a Kamek? There had to have been a Kamek. He's just not there normally, right? There's no real good shortcut or mushroom shortcuts in this middle section here. Not great. Not great. That's stupid. Feel bad for that person. Alright, I'm gonna do something crazy right now. Watch this. Yeah, I knew that wouldn't work. Wouldn't it be funny if it did work, though? I might as well just like stay behind until the last lap here, because that's the only time I actually have any actual amount of comeback potential here. Alright, let's see. Bro, why didn't a item box show up there? Just gonna do that. Oh, I hit somebody. I hit somebody with a red shell too. Okay. Alright, man. We're doing a lot better than we did the first couple of races, that's for sure. We haven't gotten first place yet. But you know, not a bad thing for how freaking competitive this game is. Dun, 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 dun. It's like the second version of this song I've heard in this game, actually. I don't think I've just heard like a flute version of this song like this. I'm gonna go in here. Ah! Where am I going? Chips. Are you eating chips? That's chocolate. Woohoo! The heck is this place? This race course, it looks like Los Angeles Laps. How come you don't go down here for Crown City? Oh my god, and then yeah, play Frogger. That would be fun. I hope they add like more variety, I guess. Just have different, like have the same tracks, but just have different paths that you can go on, maybe. You know, just add more cups that way. I think Knockout Tour really needs it. Which, by the way, I should play at some point here, but I've been having too much fun with the regular races. I can't help it. This is just Peach Beach as it is. Alright, cool. Please let me have that, thank you. It's a competitive lobby, bro. Alright, I'm gonna just cut through here. That is seemingly the best path to go on. Bro, I need... Jeez, okay. Nobody's near me right now, so I guess throwing stuff would be for the best. God dang it, I didn't prepare for that. I should have, though. I need to learn the optimal pass, bro. I need to remember. Apparently the optimal path here is just... Mama! Optimal path there is to just do jack until you get to that shortcut there, but I don't have a mushroom for that shortcut. Holy crap. Alright. Go on the rail. What the heck was that? Dude, only something like that would happen to me. Only me. My cars are just allergic to rails. Please get rid of this freaking boomerang. Like, this is the last thing I need right now. Watch this be out of bounds. Holy crap. Yeah, whatever. Why even try? Why even try, bro? It's so over. Everybody's already reached the finish line by now. I'm so far behind. Screw me for having some whimsy, alright, and trying to do funny stuff. Screw me. I think that's a sign, alright? It's a sign that we need to actually move over to Knockout Tour now, I think. I'm gonna be staying at this rank that I'm at right now forever. Forever. I still don't have my Mario costume either. My one Mario costume that I need. Like seriously, where do I go to get this last one? I'm probably not even gonna worry about it, be honest with you. These last costumes can stay in purgatory forever. I do not need them. Ah, crap cow. I don't want to be Stingby. I was just looking at the characters, bro. I was just looking around. I feel like I get this freaking Knockout Tour like every single time I play. Every single time. So, I don't know. I've never even played a Stingby in this game, to be honest. Their textures go crazy, bruh. They're very hairy. Please do not throw that thing at me, I swear to God, Pianta. Jeez, okay, I didn't even think I was gonna get anything, dude. You really need to get items in this mode specifically. You just do not move anywhere without them. That Toad probably got hit before and just got hit again for like no reason. I'm sorry, Toad. Yeah, I'm like driving horribly. Okay, yes, give me that one, thank you. Like, you need the double box items, and you just need items in general. Do anything in this mode. God, why? Why? Everybody got smushed, so I'm saved. Good Lord, I thought they had a Mega Mushroom there for a second. Please, let me have that, thank you. Thank you for being a bad driver. Alright, oh my god, keep that freaking boomerang away from me. Keep the boomerangs away from me. I do not want them, I do not need them. Get away. Gonna make it very hard to drive. I'm not doing nothing, bro. I have no reason to do anything. You know what? Take that. You wanna stand directly behind me, eh? That's what you get, fool. Did make it. She ended up making it. It's okay. I'm just gonna throw that. Somebody's gonna get hit by it. No, I don't think anybody actually got hit by that. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? How does that work? Oh boy, here's another one. I'm not afraid to use these items, bro. Where did that come? I was looking behind me and everything. Dude. Dude. Let me have one of them, please. Thank you. Do not like the gliders. Alright, have fun. Whoever gets that. Have fun with that. why was there like a little bump there? Okay, give me this thing. There we go. Oh my god, of course. Ugh. I'm gonna attempt to get the item box, maybe? Nope. Screw me. Good thing I kept the mushrooms, I guess. That's what I was gonna do. Why? Why? Why can't anything good happen to me while I'm doing things in this video game? Why is it so close, bro? No! Okay, I'm saved, I'm saved, I'm saved. Everything's gonna work out for me now. Guaranteed. We're good. Alright. This is where it starts getting serious now. Ooh, snap. Please stop running into my red shells, man, I beg. Let me actually use them on people, thank you. Or, you know, I could just get hit right after. Also, that's fine too, I guess. I need one of these item boxes really bad. No. Please, oh my god. Give me an item box, thank you. See, I just gotta use it, bro. I just gotta use it. I need to be top ranking right now, right? I don't need to be trailing behind anymore. Getting serious now. God dang it, dude. Everybody's taking all the items. There we go. Dude, screw off. What are you even doing? Just going back there and just sitting there. You're dying! You're dying! You're dying! You're dying! You do not deserve this, but you do. Come on! Dude, why am I just getting put in situations where I'm getting hit? It just can't be helped. Come on, man. God, those are some awful throws, but who knows? I might make it. I might. No, I'm not going to. I tried. It's bad, man. I hate being in the middle of the pack like that. It's just so annoying, and you just cannot get out. Because as soon as I inch my way forward, somebody just throws something at me. It's annoying. Let me do one more. I'll do one more because I am slightly annoyed. Dang, it doesn't have the whistle. Whee! There's stuff over here. What's this? Oh yeah, obviously I can play as cow now. There we go. Cow and probably something that's more appropriate for cow. Okay, whatever. I guess this is what we're doing then. I'm on skis. And there it is again. They need to add some more rallies, like very, very badly. They just simply need to add more of them. There's just one thing I do not like about Knockout Tours, that it feels like the rallies, and this game's literally only like a week and a couple days old, and it already feels like I've played through all the rallies like 5 billion times. But specifically this one, like, I don't know what's up with the random select, but obviously it does not work very well if it just keeps picking this over and over again. Like, I've played this rally more than the other ones for sure. Way more than the other ones. Alright. Time to actually have a use for these mushrooms. Throw something at me, I dare ya. Yeah, I guess, yeah, there we go. I knew it. I knew it was just gonna, like, teleport to me like that. Yeah, I ain't getting hit by nothing, bro. You thought. You thought. Okay then. Oh, that's awesome. I will take it. I'll be first for a little bit. Thank you. Jeez, that freaking green shell almost hit me. I'ma just do that because you want to throw something at me. And I don't like it. God dang it. I'll say, like, I haven't even heard shells yet. I'm probably just gonna have to do this, maybe. Hope I dodge it. Okay, we're fine. Everybody behind me does not have throwable items. I could have gotten killed by the bully there, but I'm just an expert dodger. You see? Why does that happen like that? Whatever, I can take not being first for a little bit anyway. You don't really want to be first until there's like 8 people left, probably. Screw me, I guess. Food's like the best freaking item in this game because it just guarantees that you do not get screwed over by something for a couple seconds. It's pretty cool. Hi, buddy. Can I boost off of you, please? No? Okay, whatever. I still made it. Doesn't matter. Jeez. Okay, so I'm in between sandwiched in between 2 people with triple shells. And there's something I'm supposed to be able to do about it. No, there's not. Okay, so I'm 16th. That's pretty awesome. I'm just gonna wait on it. I'm probably gonna get first place with what I'm about to do, honestly. Here goes nothing. I should have did it a little bit earlier. Fine. Just keep it, keep it. And now do it. Okay, I'll take it. Are you throwing it at me, though? You screw off. Why did it jump with me? Red shells not be allowed to do that, bro. They should not be allowed to jump. They do not have legs. Bro, why? Why is it always somebody behind me or in front of me having triple red shells like every time I play the video game? What am I supposed to do? I'm screwed. I'm screwed. It's really about as simple as that. I'm screwed. Like, everything in this game is structured against me. It simply is structured against me. There's like no particular way I'm supposed to be able to combat any of the things that happen to me. I just get screwed over and I have to watch as everybody else passes me up. without any fighting chance. I'm just not allowed. Not allowed to have that. Okay. Well, that being said, I'm done. Oh, I need something to eat, and I need to not play Mario Kart for a little bit, probably. Cause what the heck is this video game, bro? The luck is luckin'. The Mario Kart is carting all over the place, and I don't like it. Too much skill involved in this party game. Alright, I'm tired of it. Turned it into Mario Kart. Hello, Teresa. Unfortunately, you are joining right when I want to quit, so feel bad. Feel bad, but if you want to happen to see what you missed, you can go on youtube.com/cowbunger, I think. Would that take you to my channel? I genuinely wonder. My name on there is Cowbunger at Cowbunger. So yeah. Uh, sorry, friend. I'm gonna go. I need some stuff to eat, and I am tired of Mario Kart. Can't stand this game. Just kidding. It's